it's Friday, right?
It's Friday.
It's absolutely Friday.
The 26th.
Okay. So that means... Oh, no, wait. PAX is next weekend. I was going to say, so I'm at PAX, but I'm not. Why did I think it was like... If PAX was this weekend, I would have left already. Or no, I would have left tomorrow.
You would be...
yesterday. Yeah, I'd be at PAX right now, but I'm not at PAX right now. Okay, hold on. If you want to pretend that I'm at PAX, turn this episode off. Don't listen to it for a week, and then come back and listen to it next Friday.
No, just come back and listen to it again next Friday.
Oh, yeah, listen to it twice. Do that. All right. We're going to hide little things in this episode that it's going to be like Tenet, where there's parts of the episode that only make sense later.
Right.
So I'm going to say the code word now, and the code word that comes up later is...
Hang on, there's precedent to this, so you need to be careful with what you say. Because the last time I did this...
Oh, yeah, you killed a woman. You killed a woman.
Rest in peace, Betty White.
You put her there.
So be careful.
Okay, I'm going to think how to say this without incurring, like, the gods of fate. Fuck this. This bit sucks. Welcome to I Have More Trophies Than You. Welcome to I Have More Trophies Than You, a video game podcast about video games and the different ways that people play them. My name is Ryan. I, at one point since last episode, was the 48th best gamer in all of North America. I've dropped down to 52, but I finally did it. I broke the top 50.
Congratulations. You finally did it.
I did have to delve into the dark magics again and play some shitty games, but I haven't played any shitty games in almost 2 weeks.
I'm so proud of you.
And I don't really have the feeling to do it.
That's wild. See, I would just want to. Hey, what's up? I'm Chris. I would totally just be that person that's like, well, I got to 48. Now let's see how much more I can do. You know?
No, okay. Because honestly, here's the deal. So I think we've talked about this before, but the way that the leaderboard works is a point system, and so every bronze is worth 15, silvers are worth 30, golds are worth 60, and platinum or golds are worth 90, and then platinums are worth 180.
Mm-hmm.
I think is how it is. No, golds are worth 60. Platinums used to worth 90, now they're worth 180. Anyway, so it gives you like the equivalent of a gamer score. Right. So when I hit 48, the person at 47 was 2,000 points ahead. 2 more games and I would have beat him. The next person was 100,000 points ahead.
Gee.
So that's like 80 to 85, because every game is like 1,100 to 12, maybe 1,300 points. So it's like the next person was the level of insanity that I'm talking about, where not only do you platinum all these games in America, but you platinum these games in Europe and Asia and Japan. And they're the people like doing the hack to the Vita. Unlike the PS3, the PS4, the PS5, where you can have multiple multiple profiles on a machine, right?
You're right.
You can only have one profile on a Vita. So you can't do the thing like I'm doing where you create a second account, buy things from another region, and then play them on your first one.
Do you just buy another Vita?
No, because it's tied to your those trophies wouldn't work, right? Because it's tied to your account. And if you were to buy all those and put them on there and then switch, they'd be like, oh, delete these. They found some workaround where you could basically do that. Do a second account, buy all these games, get all the trophies, but then through using the email system and this code, you could do it and whatever. And that is just not a level I'm willing to do, because that is an insane level too. And those what those people are doing. So it's the absolute limit that I was ever going to get to was 47, because 46 is where people start to go nutso.
Right.
And I made it to 48, and I call that good.
Jeez. Well, hey, congratulations,
but here's the thing.
Though. That's a huge milestone.
In 2 weeks, I have not played any shitty games. I've actually got no platinums since 2 weeks ago due to Cult of the Lamb's bullshit. I've just been playing other games and playing games without platinums, and yet I've only dropped from 48 to 52. So I feel like I'm going to be a low 40, high 50 boy.
Okay.
And just ride that wave.
Yeah. I think
I would love to. If I'm going to drop to anything, I want to drop to and just hold. If I can just hold down 69, I would be okay with that.
I mean, now is the chance to do that. now that
we'll
you've
just see.
peaked, now you can kind of coast the wave.
I peaked. Yeah.
Does it feel like you've peaked? Does it feel like you're like, this is the best I'll ever get at this?
I never gave a shit about the country rank until COVID.
Right.
And that was like when everyone's like, I learned to bake bread. I learned to do yoga. I went on walks. I was like, I'm going to be the fucking best I can. And I did it. And it took me 2.5 years, but I hit my goal. I wanted to break the top 50. I did it. I can now say that I am a top 50. Even though currently, I'm still a top 50 gamer. I can always say I'm one of the top 50 in the country. And so I think that's cool. And I think now I'm back into where I started, which is I just want to platinum cool games, weird games, just get and play what I want and not really worry about suffering through horse shit anymore.
So do you think I should call myself the world champion from now on, since I did win a world championship for Red Dragon Inn?
Did you actually?
Yeah, 2013.
I mean, yeah, you can call yourself a world champion.
All right, this is the world champion Chris talking now. Welcome to the show.
Isn't that game almost based entirely on luck, though? I've played a lot of Red Dragon Inn.
There's a lot of luck to it, for sure.
It's also a lot of like just like lying to your friends.
Yeah, it's a lot of like, you got to know where to bluff. It's very poker heavy.
Once you move out here, we're gonna play that game together, and then I'm gonna beat you because I always win, and then I can say that I beat the world champion.
I think every single one of my friends has done that.
Fantastic.
Ever since I won that championship.
And I can't wait to be one of them.
But hey, I just picked up the new expansion for it at Gen Con, so
there you go.
I cannot wait to play that game some more. That is, honestly, I think that's probably my favorite board game, is Red Dragon Inn. I think they constantly, add just enough that makes me want to keep coming back and playing it with new combinations of characters and friends. And you can even make that game like huge. You can play with like 12 people at a time. Like, the game fucking rules. So
I think my favorite board game of all time is probably the Battlestar Galactica game or Lords of Waterdeep.
Ooh, Lords of Waterdeep is really good.
Yeah. We used to play a lot of Arkham Horror when I lived in the
Portland. Card one or the board game one? The
Arkham Horror board game. The competitive, not competitive, the cooperative one.
Yeah. I've always wanted to play that, and I just have never gotten around to it. No, I play a lot of Betrayal at House on the Hill.
Did you play Betrayal Legacy?
No, I have it though. I have a sealed copy.
That was really good. You got to make sure you want to have a full game of that. So make sure you have 4 people that can constantly do it.
Yeah. I think that's
I like legacy board games. Legacy board games are fun.
They're really cool, right? What a neat idea to continue on with, certain parts of the game. Like the Clank Legacy one is one that I've always wanted to play.
I think I told you this. I was in the middle of playing that with some friends when quarantine hit. Now it's been so long. It's just like I would love to get a copy of that and play with some people.
Yeah, I every time I see it in a store, I'm just like, God, I really need to pick this up. I hope they do another one. They did announce a new Clank though at Gen Con, and I'm really excited for that. So I don't know. Have you played the space version, Clank in Space?
I've only ever played Clank Legacy.
Oh, really? Wow. Oh my God.
Which is, oddly enough, talking about this, PAX themed.
Yeah, it really is. Penny Arcade.
It's Penny Arcade Acquisitions Incorporated.
Yeah.
Hey, I got some Penny Arcade shit to talk about.
Oh yeah. Did you get those platinums?
They're not platinums. They were non-plats. But we can talk about that when we talk about
the rapport.
The rapport.
Yeah. Like
this is going to be a weird episode.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff for us to talk about, and when we get to the subject of the show, it's gonna probably even be brief. Like,
hey, I heard Saints Row is hog shit.
Yo, I was just talking about that with some friends like during the weekend, because all of a sudden I stopped hearing about the game, and I was like, doesn't that game come out? Like, checks clock or checks calendar, and it was like, tomorrow. And then it came out, and I've heard no one talk about it. It's just kind of come and gone real quick, and I'm really I guess I'm not super surprised, I'm not super shocked, but it at the same time is like, wow, really? Like no one for this game? So.
I've heard that it's boring and it's kind of low on features, and also it's severely bugged and can even be so bad as to glitch out and delete all your saves.
Oh no.
Yeah. Also, it just seems like they took like Saints Row 1 and 2 were just kind of like generic GTA clone. It was whatever. It was Saints Row the 3, they hit gold, pay dirt. Since 4, they went a little too far, but I liked it. And then now it seems it's like, we got to ground this again. And everyone's like, nah, boring. So that might be, I know, hey, a little inside baseball. We were talking about maybe doing that for the show. I feel like we should probably skip that. Maybe like in a year when it's on sale for like $8, we could try it out. But I think I'm going to skip that.
Yeah, I think I'm skipping it too. I'll wait for it to go on because those games always go for super, super low price on a Steam sale or something.
Eventually,
so I'll wait for it there.
You know what I'm excited for that's coming out tomorrow? Well, yesterday.
What came out yesterday?
Shin-Chan game, baby.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Yesterday,
I'm so excited.
not actually yesterday. It's okay. We're doing the Tenet thing where we're moving forward, but they're moving backwards.
And then they're going to get more.
And then
forward.
I'm going to find your backpack that has the red ribbon on it. I'm going to realize you were the guy that sacrificed themselves to get me to the thing that I put together, but don't put together so that the world doesn't stop. I don't remember. What the point? I know that I like that movie, but if you ask me what happened in Tenet, it's just like there are so many fucking holes in that story. But I do love that movie because it's really fun.
I think those can be some really fun movies.
What's your favorite? Right? Hold on, fuck video games. What's your favorite Christopher Nolan movie?
Oof, that's gonna be a tough one there, Chief.
I feel like it's not that tough. As good as all his movies are, there's one that's like I always say, no matter what, this is the best one.
Honestly, I really like Batman Begins. I think
that's not the right answer.
It's good. What is
the correct answer? Is The Prestige.
The Prestige? Okay.
I think The Prestige is his best movie.
I'd put that up there.
He goes Prestige, Dark Knight, and then Tenet.
Did he do Memento?
Yes, he's Memento.
I like Memento.
Memento is very good.
Yeah.
I've never seen Dunkirk. I need to see that. I've never seen Interstellar.
Interstellar, I don't have the time for that. But Dunkirk, isn't that shot like it's made to seem like the camera it turns on and the camera never turns off?
No, that's 1917.
Oh, okay.
Which is also a World War I movie.
Who did 1917?
Some fucker.
Yeah, shout outs to some fucker. You ripped off Christopher Nolan.
No, he didn't. Dunkirk doesn't do that.
I don't know. I haven't seen these.
Sam Mendes, who did Cabaret, Oliver. Oh no, these are stage plays. What did he do movie wise? He did American Beauty. He did Road to Perdition. He did Jarhead. He did Skyfall.
The James Bond movie?
Yeah, that's a good movie.
I haven't seen it.
What's your favorite James Bond movie?
Oh, you know what? I really like Casino Royale.
That's a really good movie. I still think my favorite is probably, I don't know why, but it's probably The Man with the Golden Gun.
That one's really good.
Scaramanga.
Never Say Never Again. Always has a whole a place.
Skyfall is a really good movie, though. You should see Skyfall.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to give anything away, but it's a very good movie. I think Casino Royale and Skyfall are the two best of that guy, of what's his name?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig's. I think that Quantum of Solace is kind of weird and long, kind of boring. I think Spectre is fucking terrible. And then I think No Time to Die was just kind of okay.
Yeah.
The bad guy in fucking No Time to Die is named Lucifer Safin, and it's like, all right, come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, guys?
Oh fuck! Did he do 5 movies?
Yeah,
Daniel
he did.
Holy shit! For some reason, I thought he did 4.
So that's the only, and these are only 5 movies with a through line too. It's like in the other movies they were always kind of one offs, and maybe they would reference Spectre or whatever. But it's like Casino Royale is his first big mission, and then that introduces Quantum, and then Quantum of Solace is all about Quantum trying to get all of the water rights to Bolivia or somewhere in the South America, and then so that they can steal all the water, and then it stops it, and then you find out in Skyfall that Skyfall is sort of its kind of own movie, but it's a lot about backstory about James Bond. And then you learn from that one about Spectre, because Quantum is part of Spectre. And then in Spectre, you get Spectre, which is the big bad guy people. And then in No Time to Die, they're dealing with the end of Spectre, and then, the end of James
Bond himself.
Huh. And I think that 2 of those movies are excellent. 4 of those movies are watchable, and one of them's complete absolute garbage.
That's fair. I mean, you got to have one stinker in it, right? can't be like a Marvel affair where they pretty much don't.
There's Marvel stinkers. There's Marvel stinkers.
They're Eternals and Age of Ultron.
Nope, Age of Ultron's a good movie. Shut up.
You just like James Spader.
Eternals. It's just Eternals. I used to really hate Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I gave it another try, and it's just like I don't like parts of this movie. I don't like Baby Groot, and I don't like how I hate when the storyline is just Rocket Raccoon's an asshole, and if you don't do what he says, he immediately turns on you and says you suck. Because that's the plot of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That's the plot of the Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy game, and that's the plot of the Guardians of the Galaxy game that came out last year. It's always just Rocket's a little shithead, and if you disagree with him, he immediately turns on you.
I mean, that's fair.
It's annoying.
That's his
when you do it that many times, it's annoying.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what annoyed me about the current Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland is just because
those are great.
Yeah, they are. I'm just kind of tired of every plot being Peter being like, oh, here's bad guy, I can fix this situation, and then he fucks it up, and then everyone's like, oh, Peter, and then he like saves the day, and it's like I'm kind of tired of that. I want that confident, Peter Parker.
I feel like you're gonna skip that in whatever they do next.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we just kind of move to that. So speaking
of Marvel, what'd you think of She-Hulk?
I've been pretty down on it.
Really? I liked it a lot. I thought it was fun.
No, that's I'm gonna turn 180 real quick.
Okay.
Because leading up to it, I was just like, man, this isn't giving me anything that like I'm excited for. I'm sure it's gonna be fine and stuff, but I look at 9 episodes and I do worry. But then that first episode, I was like, wow, this is a great way to do an origin in 30 minutes.
I will say this about it. I think Tatiana Maslany is very funny. Mm-hmm. I like the character. I thought that episode was actually that was more just like giving us a lot of like Hulk backstory, and it really did a lot for the character that the last movies haven't. Mm-hmm. My only problem is that this is the time where they should have released 2 episodes at once.
Oh, for
sure.
Because
it was a lot of origin and a lot of just like, and this, and it's like, and even they make the joke, it's like, well, wait, but you're here for the lawyer show, but you won't watch the lawyer show until you get this. It's like, you're right, but also I want the lawyer show because I love lawyer shows.
The lawyer show.
I've been rewatching ever since we were talking the other time about how much you don't like Age of Ultron, and I was like, but I love James Spader. I started rewatching Boston Public. Boston Legal. I'm sorry,
Boston Legal.
Boston Public is the show that the guy made about a school. I watched that too. But Boston Legal, because it's got James Spader, and I love James Spader, and so it's just like I like lawyer shows. So when they did all that, and at the end, it's like, yeah, it's over. It's like, oh no, give me the lawyer show.
Yeah.
So they should have done 2. That's my only complaint. They should have done 2 at once.
Which is pretty much my complaint to it too. It's just, like you let us get to the point, and then you didn't reward us. Like, sure, the end credit thing was funny, and I couldn't believe that like
Captain America fucks.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way. Disney saw that, and they were like, that is really funny. A couple notes. You can't put that in the main episode. Put it after the credits, fine, but do not put it in the main thing.
Actually, I don't think it would have been funny in the main. It works better. It works.
It does. It really does. So like,
so I don't think it was ever supposed to be in the main show. I bet that was always supposed to be a stinger.
It was hilarious, nonetheless.
Yeah. So. I'm looking forward to more. I can't wait. Yeah. Isn't Daredevil going to be on this show also?
Yes, Daredevil's going to be there.
Yeah, I love Charlie Cox is the best Daredevil.
I like. There's a lot of cool things that could happen.
Yeah. Are we really quick before we move on? Because I know we always get stuck on Are we in agreement that like I know how much you don't like it, but really Eternals is the only absolute like nobody likes this movie?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Although I will say, I don't get it. I see a lot of love for it on Twitter.
It's 1 trillion%. That's a psyop.
Yeah,
I'm calling it.
That's the thing.
This is my conspiracy theory that I believe all of this Eternal shit is Disney being like paying people to be like, we got to get people to like Eternals or it's like Kevin Feige like this Eternal shit's gonna matter. We need people to watch this movie.
Yeah,
and
pay for 100,000 Twitter bots to talk about it online real quick.
Because on the Marvel Studios Reddit, there's always these posts being like, I don't know, guys. Did you guys watch Eternals? It's definitely the best one. I can't believe, and everyone's just like, who the fuck are you? Why? Yeah. Who is this account talking about Eternals that was made 3 days ago and has no karma? And it's like, why are you talking about Eternals? Get the fuck out of here.
It's so weird, but
fuck Eternals.
Hey, what was it? I think,
use this. Use this as the fucking on Twitter as one of the videos. I want to put this on there. This is a podcast by me, Ryan Reed, and Chris, and we both say fuck Eternals.
Yeah, dude. I support the message. But well, you're gonna dox me on livetwitter.com?
I dox. Is that whatever? If you stood by your beliefs, you put it out there.
I don't though.
All right, move on.
Oh fuck. No, I think at the end of there was something I was watching recently, and I honestly cannot for the life of me remember what it was now. But it may have even been She-Hulk, where I was like, you know what, maybe let this director do Eternals. There was somebody, and I can't maybe if I remember it.
I don't think that the director was the problem with Eternals. It looks fine. The problem with Eternals is that the acting is shit, and the script makes no sense, and it ruins a bunch of stuff in the Marvel universe.
What was it? The one thing I really love about She-Hulk is how much they lent into comic logic. Because when they show Bruce, like when they get in the car wreck, and spoilers if anyone hasn't seen this, it's like they get in a car wreck, and it's just like so perfectly lined up that he's like bleeds into her wound, and he's like, oh no, you gotta go, and they just like kind of briefly do it. They're just like, oh yeah, but just that much was enough to make you a She-Hulk. And then like later into it, she's like, hey dude, I thought your arm got all fucked up, and he's like, oh, check this out. I made a device specifically for this problem, and it will only ever work on me. So my arm looks totally cool now. And it's just simple ways for them to say, hey, we don't want to animate that, so we just like quickly paint it into the screen, you know? It's a very comic book where they're just like, oh, we don't want to draw them in this costume anymore, so we just put them back in the other one. And here's the reason for it. It's a really bullshit reason. Like even with him calling himself the Smart Hulk, he was like, well, see, I have to name it and get ahead of it before other people start running with dumb names. And it's like, yeah, that's a very comic book thing for you to do. It's just, I felt like you could tell people in that writing room have actually read a comic before. And I like that. I really love it when, you know, comic movies and shows can show that, because I feel like there are a lot of times, especially with like the DC stuff that's come out, where it's like it feels like a lot of producers and money people and board members in a room and trying to make this comic book thing come to life, but none of them have ever picked up a comic book, and it's like, oh, it really shows. So kudos to them for that. I really like that.
That's Marvel. Should we do Marvel video games now?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? You want to talk about this is live planning because we're not professional. You want to talk about Gamescom, or you want to talk about our stuff?
Oh, you know what? We should probably talk Gamescom real quick. There's fucking the Geoff Fest 2 happened.
It was boring. It sucked.
What?
It's lame.
You know what?
It's so fucking lame.
I thought this was, and you know, I guess it's only because I only watched like half. I watched it in like 2 chunks. Like I watched it when it started, and then I turned it off about halfway through and like took a shower, did some other stuff, and then came back and watched the rest of it. I was pretty okay with it.
I watched the whole thing as it happened, and the whole time I'm just like, whatever.
I figure we should just run through the stuff and just give it like a thumbs up or like an idea. There's a lot of no game, no hype in this, though. I'll tell you.
There's gonna be a lot of thumbs down. So what?
Everywhere.
You lead it. What? Who fucking cares? They're making Second Life bullshit. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah,
they got fucking the Benz doing this shit. Lensley Benzies out here being like, we're making an MMO where you can really feel and experience, and you know, you can get in there. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I think everyone's trying to jump onto that metaverse like VR chat system right now. So
I didn't got lost in the metaverse. Whatever happened to that? Didn't fucking Soulja Boy put out a metaverse song? Whatever happened to that?
Oh, I don't know.
That's the worst song I've ever heard.
I bet.
Play some of it. Though. Play some. Fuck. No, don't.
You can't say
that out. I'm gonna get in trouble again. Take out all this shit. Take this all out.
Oh no.
All of it. Take this out.
Dune Awakening. Do you care?
Here's the thing.
Because I don't.
I was really excited about that game when they're making a Doom game. Oh, maybe it's going to be like an open world Doom thing. And they're like, a new survival MMO. And I went, fucking peace, dog. I don't give a shit.
That was kind of the theme of the show, though. It's a lot of survival open world things.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't care about Dune, and I don't care about this. So they did show a new trailer for Hogwarts Legacy. Did you?
I'm excited. I listen. I'm done talking the politics of this. We get it. She sucks. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
I know.
At some point, you must separate art from artist. I want to be a wizard, and I want to cast spells, and I want to go to school.
It looked kind of cool.
Fucking bully, but you got magic. I'm in. I'm not going to fault anyone if they truly strongly and I don't want to make it sound like I don't strongly, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, it sucks that I can't play a video game without hurtling this political minefield because that dumb bitch couldn't keep her mouth shut. But like, she's already got $1 billion. $1.25 she's going to make off my purchase of that game from her royalties is not going to stop anyone from believing or not believing in what they want to believe. Okay,
I fully understand it. I still say vote with your wallet if you are one of
voting with your wallet only works voting with your wallet does not work against multi-billion-dollar corporations.
It would if now
of course their fucking stock is down by 50% because of all the if you have max shit, so maybe it won't matter. But
yeah, I mean, just oh my god, that discovery thing is.
Here you go. Here's what you do. Here's how you settle your conscience. You find out exactly what. Somehow, someone will find out exactly what percentage she makes off this. Right. So maybe it's like like I said, maybe it's a nickel off each one. Just donate that to a trans charity, and then you bounce up the scales.
I don't. You know what? I think John Oliver did a very good piece this weekend about climate. What is it? Climate balancing or whatever. Climate offsets. Carbon offsets.
Carbon offsets.
I think that strategy works against that too. Like, I don't know if that works, but I get you.
What do you mean?
Like, evening it out, because it's like,
does carbon offsets not actually do anything?
No,
of course they don't. This world is fucked.
Absolutely. Well, it's because that's the thing is like, if you've got real quick, it's like if you've got 20 tons in the atmosphere and you put 3 in, but then you pay somebody to take 3 out, nothing changed.
Here's the biggest thing, and this happened during there was some part during the fucking game, or not Game Awards, during this thing where they were talking about something big green shit where they're just like, you can do your part, and it's just like, bitch, I can't do shit.
Yeah, we can't do anything. Tiny little
you
guys have to do it. You big corporations,
big corporations.
Change it.
This is the scam. Everyone keeps going like, oh yeah, these big corporations keep saying we got to do our part, and then that gets them out of doing their part. So if you really want the world to get better, we got to go fucking murder. No, okay, take that part out. Bleep that.
The FBI just kicks in your door.
We gotta hold corporations responsible.
Mm-hmm.
And 100%. So it's not my fucking man. Listen, I recycle. That's not going to do shit. You know what needs to happen? You need to stop fucking Monsanto from dumping shit in the oceans. That's what you need to stop all this coal. Yeah. And there's not much I can do about that. And you know what I can do? I can buy Hogwarts Legacy and be a wizard. And that's what I'm going to do.
Are you going to buy New Tales from the Borderlands?
Maybe. Is it a Telltale game?
Nope.
I mean, is it a Telltale style game?
I believe so.
Then probably. It depends on if it was written by Anthony Birch or not. Man, I'm still bummed he's writing God of War.
The Ragnarok one?
Yeah, I'm so worried there's going to be a part where, like, fucking somebody comes out and makes a boner joke.
With, like, Thor being in it and stuff right now? Absolutely.
Yeah. If they write Thor to be like Mr. Torg from Borderlands, I'm gonna fucking punch somebody.
I think that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Do you man, it's been so long, but I will still say when I'm down, I still hum to myself, things could be worse. At least I'm not Anthony Birch. Oh, fuck that guy. All right, what's next?
Weird Song. It was just a little teaser.
Wasn't there a Callisto Protocol thing in between that?
There probably was. I'm just going in the order of whatever this list is.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we're not going to go in order from the show. Then we're going to go in order.
There's a lot of I think even before now they would have talked about that new PlayStation controller.
Oh yeah, you know what? If that thing has a turbo button for trophies, I'll buy it. If not, fuck off. Because I don't give a shit. That's for like COD players, and I'm not going to be doing any of that.
No, Weird Song was it's a bunch of ex-Obsidian and Bethesda people working on a new not MMO, but a new RPG, I think. And it was like this castle setting, and then there was like some weird beast dudes.
Oh yeah. I mean, I want to see some. Here's the biggest thing I will say about 90% of the things shown that night. I would want to see gameplay first.
Yeah, for sure. Because there was a lot, again, as I said, us going in, a lot of no game, no hype. So
yeah,
it looked, the little stinger kind of got my eye. I was like, oh, wow, this could be really weird and cool. But I want to see the game before I make my decision on it, I guess. Dead Island 2 reared its ugly head from 12 years ago.
Hell, hey, baby. I don't know. I like killing zombies, so I'll see.
I think I played the first one for about 30 minutes and was just like, oh, this isn't going to be that fun of a game, and I turned it off.
Maybe this one will be.
Yeah, maybe.
They've had 12 years to work on it.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 15 was the same way, and we all saw
that was a bad game.
Okay. Duke Nukem Forever.
No, hold on. Hang on. We agreed on the episode. We did an episode on that game, and we agreed it was a bad game.
We did agree.
All right.
But
you can't just go
Forever was a good game.
You can't throw that. No, it was not.
Yeah, you're right. Oh man, I wonder if Dead Island 2 is going to be a good game.
Shut up.
Callisto Protocol got yet another trailer.
Whatever. I already know that I want to play that game.
I'm kind of
that fucker can come out in his weird suit, acting like he knows a lot about New Jersey sanitation, and I'll still buy that game. All they showed is that it's got. Actually, I don't think they showed it. Oh, it showed that they got the mutation where if you shoot a guy in the head, he can still move without a head, and if you don't kill him fast enough, he'll grow a new head. Okay, whatever. I'm still gonna play that game.
Yeah, so. I think that game is starting to become my death loop of the year, where it's like, okay, I'm tired of seeing it. Like, let's just.
It's coming out on It's coming out on December 2nd. So
right. Genshin got some new stuff. Who cares? Honkai's Star Rail.
Who cares?
It's a roguelite, so.
Who cares?
Interested. Friends versus Friends. It's a card-based shooter.
Who cares? Move on.
I care. That game looks great. I don't know if it looks great because they only showed us a little bit, but card shooters, I'm into that. So, although it reminded me of Neon White, and I still haven't played that, so I think I might try Neon White soon.
I've heard a lot of good things about Neon White.
Yeah, especially if this is like just a fun little
Neon White, the thing is though, Neon White, the cards weren't really, it wasn't card based like this one is. Neon White was you were picking them up and they were power ups that were just looked like cards, but there was no card aspect of like making a deck or anything.
Right.
And Neon White was basically a speedrun simulator.
Right.
This looks like an actual like PvP shooter.
Right. Yeah, I'm very interested in it. So I want to see more about it.
What's next?
Gotham Knights, yet another trailer. Again, another death loop for me. I don't
give a shit. Move on. What's next?
Where minds meet, or where winds meet. I don't know.
Oh, that's the fucking thing that looked like it was Sekiro, but there was no gameplay.
Yeah, it was. It was. We
no
kept
gameplay.
Looking
Move
at it
on.
and being like, "Is this Ghost of Tsushima?" They're doing Park Beyond. It's a new park simulator game. Could be neat. I don't know. It looked kind of cute. I like simulators, but got to be in the mood for it. We got Lies of P.
Yeah, baby. Now this is the one game that's like, fuck yeah. I want to play Pinocchio Dark Souls. Let's go.
It's so dumb, but I can't wait.
Who cares?
I'm so in.
Geppetto's back, the adversary.
Oh, and a Game Pass Day 1 game. So
if you got the joke that I made there, it's not really a joke, but if you get the reference I made there, email in and say that you understand the reference I just made and what it's from, and you can be my friend. Okay, go ahead.
It does.
Do you even know the reference I just made?
No. What was it? Go again one more time.
I called Geppetto the adversary.
No, I don't.
Should I just say what it is instead of doing the email thing?
No, email us. We want to hear. This is homework.
Well, no, because someone's gonna just look it up and it's not going to be fair.
You can't do that.
I just want to say it. No, I just want to say it.
All right.
No, I don't want to say it. You do it. We'll talk about it next time.
Exactly.
Hey, you know what we never did that we said we were going to do 2 episodes ago and we were supposed to do last time we did, and we never said what we thought the best DLC of all time was.
Oh my gosh.
Because I realized Tylon emailed in with theirs, but then we never said ours. What do you think the best DLC of all time is? Best DLC pack?
Gosh, it's tough because I want to say like Smash Brothers because they just give us so many more new characters. No, but
okay, fine. I was thinking more like story expansion packs or something. But
you know what?
If you want to say characters, I guess that's fine.
Brood War wouldn't count, right? Because it's like its whole.
No, that's an expansion.
Is it?
That's an expansion.
Okay, Brood War.
I would absolutely
StarCraft
Brood War.
Yeah.
My answer:
100%.
BioShock 2, Minerva's Den.
Interesting.
You ever play that?
No, I haven't.
So should I go into it? Nah, we'll talk about that eventually when we do eventually we'll do a BioShock episode. I talked about BioShock for 2 hours and you cut it all out.
I had to cut down the episode a little bit, you know.
Made me sound like a psychopath. I did like the subtle SpongeBob that 2 hours later.
Yeah.
That was good. All right, we'll save that for when we do a BioShock episode. All right. Anyway, what's the next game?
Our next...
Lies of P. Fuck yeah, that's all I want to say about
Phantom Hellcat.
The fuck is that?
It is a 3D hack and slash game with some like 2D platforming elements to it too. It looked kind of okay. Like if the platforming's good and the combat's fun, I might check it out.
All right. What you got next?
Goat Simulator 3.
That I'm excited about. I platinumed and got all the DLC for Goat Simulator on PS4, and it was a good fun time. I like dumb sim. Ooh, there's a new simulator that came out that I want to pick up called Alchemist Simulator, and I think it's just potion making. That sounds really fun.
That does sound really cool. It sounds like my wife would love that. So
my wife.
We got Return to Monkey Island as well.
I'm excited about that, but it's only on Steam and Switch, and it's just like. Oh, what the fuck? I was looking up what Alchemist Simulator is. Mm-hmm. Dude, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Came out on PS4 and PS5 and it's got a platinum. Oh, I got to platinum that. I got to fucking I got to fucking do that.
There were Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I want to know more about that. That blew my fucking mind because it's like, who's thinking about that movie in 2022? But I'm worried that that's another one of those asynchronous, like one person against 4. I hate those. But I do think it's funny that it's Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
It's that 3-on-7.
It's 3-on-7 Interesting. Yeah. So the problem with all of those is that it's always the people that make those lists suck at making trophy lists because it's always play a billion games. It's just like, no, you know what you do with those lists? You make it really simple. You make it fun. You make it like try out this character, play a match, do a match, win a match under some funky, just a couple things, but you don't make it win 1,000 matches, play 10,000 matches. Like they're putting out that Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, and there's one for playing 1,973 matches because it came out in 1973. But it's like the fucking Jason one would play like 2,000 matches. It's like I don't want to play a game 2,000 times. Here's what I want. If you want Killer Clowns from Outer Space to come out, great. Make it play like 50 matches because I'll play 50.
Hey, Killer Clowns, let us do your trophy list for you.
Yeah. Well, yes.
I want to be a part of that one because I want to play the game too. So
okay, I want to. But
that one, I don't really care for those like 1-on-5 games. But when they said it was 3-on-7, I was like, oh,
that sounds
okay.
That sounds a lot. That sounds a lot like Left 4 Dead 2, where it was like a couple people versus all 4 of them. That was always fun. Killer Clowns. I'll wait and I'll see the trophy list and maybe we'll play it together.
We got High on Life. This is the Justin Roiland new game. I
was watching someone talk about this and they mentioned, and I thought this was really interesting. They showed halfway through, like an ad for Game Pass and all the games coming to it, and all of them were silent except for that game. That's the one game where they had to let them talk because I like Justin Roiland, but I'm starting to notice that game is nothing but annoying quips.
Yeah.
Like I've turned on Justin Roiland where it's just like, this is just more Rick and Morty shit where you can't keep your fucking mouth closed.
Yeah.
Also, that game is Xbox exclusive, so that's what made it's like I was on his side, but the minute he signed a deal with Xbox, oh, you're dead to me. Go fuck yourself.
That's fair. It'll I'm sure it'll be on Game Pass and stuff. So
yeah. No, it's day one on Game Pass.
Yeah, I will definitely not be. My wife was watching the trailer on that. I forgot on that one.
You better not.
But she was just like, "This is annoying." Like she's just like, "This isn't even funny." Like, yeah, it was just like, I hate having these things in my hand. Like, why would they do this to the player? So.
It reminds me a lot of. Do you ever watch Red Letter Media?
No.
But you know what that is.
I'm
right?
aware. Yeah.
Yeah. They did a video all about the 2016 Ghostbusters and why it sucks. Uh-huh. And the biggest one was that it's Paul Feige's problem. Paul Feige does this thing with all this stuff. You watch it where it's like people aren't allowed to stop talking.
Yeah.
It's the original Ghostbusters is funny because they let jokes breathe, and the awkwardness of people saying something and then not talking is what makes it funny. But if you look at Ghostbusters 2016, it's constant banter because it's like, I got to say something funny. We got to keep saying something funny because if they're not talking, the audience isn't laughing. Yeah. And that's really what annoys me a lot about modern comedy. And that is what High on Life and a lot of like what I'm realizing a lot of Justin Roiland's comedy is. It's just say a lot of funny things and until it's eventually it's funny again. It's like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah. That's what, whenever I was watching the first couple episodes of Rick and Morty, because everyone was talking about it. And again, that was when I was living in Japan. So it really blindsided me. I was like, oh my God, if everyone's on this, I got to check it out. Watch the first 2 episodes. And I was just like, oh, they don't stop. I get it. I'm good. I don't need that. Like, it just wasn't, I don't know. That's not my humor. So
when it first came out, I really did think Rick and Morty was hilarious, and then it just kind of like, I think it was one of those things of A, I realized it's like, oh, this isn't funny, and B, I think we've talked about this before, but a thing that can sour me on a product is its fan base, because like it could be the best thing in the world, but that if all of your fans annoy me, then I relate that to them, and so it's just like, oh, all of these fucking Rick and Morty fanboys are making me actively hate Rick and Morty, and then that lets me kind of like dig deeper into the what the fuck is going on. Oh, you're right. It is this and this, and I didn't see that, and now that's annoying.
Yeah.
And that's why I fucking hate a lot of shit, is because people are annoying.
Well, hey, we got Moving Out 2 coming out.
I have Moving Out, but I've never, because it was on sale somewhere. I really liked that's Team 17 who also made Overcooked.
They also did Worms.
A lot of fun. They also did what?
Worms.
Originally, or they did the
Team 17 is like Worms and Worms Armageddon and all that shit.
Oh, no way. Yeah. Good for them.
Yeah, I wanted, like, the game looks cute. I have the first one. I've never played it either. I think I got it free off something, but it seems like a charming game. I've watched people play it. It seems like one of those games that, like, you would need friends that can cooperate and like communicate to play.
I thought we were still talking about Worms. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Worms is great.
You're talking about Moving
Worms
Out.
Is fucking everyone up. Moving Out. Yeah.
So I played and platinumed Overcooked All You Can Eat Edition on PS4 because me and my friend Jared of Cheap Ass Gamer and some other friends wanted to do it, and then literally a month later is when it went free on PS5. And so I looked into it and it was like, yeah, it was fun with a lot of people, but also all of their games have something called assist mode, where they make it like it's all timed. They make it easier to control or like to win, and they give you more time, and it's to allow you to play it by yourself, because what they do is they split the controller in half, so it's like one stick can be controlling one person while one stick is controlling the other person. So you can play those games with other people, but you can also play them. You can play them with your wife, and you might have a good time.
Shit, maybe I'll have to check it out then.
Yeah.
After that, we got The Lords of the Fallen.
I want to talk about this.
Yes.
This game pisses me off.
Is it because it's the second game?
Lords of the Fallen I never played it. I know that it's boring. It's some Souls ripoff that everyone that I know who's played it has said this game is boring.
Right.
And it's like an $8 game at this point. I've never platinumed it because you have to play the whole game like through 3 times because there's 3 different classes, and it just is like, if that game's boring, I definitely don't want to play it 3 times. So now they're making Lords of the Fallen 2, and they decided to just call it The Lords of the Fallen. It's like, you can't do that. You're not allowed to fucking do that. Especially when the game hasn't earned it.
Right.
Well, and then they did this fucking commercial that's like all this talk about the gods are coming, and then all of a sudden this guy comes up with a lantern and you hear the burn, 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 mother, and I'm like, you can't fucking do this. You're not allowed to just invoke Danzig.
Yeah. But they did.
Whatever.
And they're going to put it out, and the Lords of the Fallen will probably fall again. So
if it's actually fun, maybe I'll play it, because I do like Souls-likes. But
are you going to play Stranded Alien Dawn?
What the fuck is that?
A survival
Probably not.
game.
I'm not a survivalist.
Under the Waves. This is the new Quantic Dream game. They're publishing it. They're not developing it, but yeah. Sonic Frontiers.
That looks terrible.
And November 8th, they're locking it in. So, and
this is the first time in the history of video games where the people who want the video game are like, please don't put it out, and the company's like, no, we're putting it out. It's usually the other way around.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is kind of how it's been for Sonic lately, so I'm just kind of riding the wave of it, you know.
I guess we'll see.
I hope, you know what, maybe that game shocks us, and maybe
we still need to platinum. We still need to do an episode on a Sonic game eventually for you. Maybe this is the game. Maybe hopefully this is the one with an easy plat.
I think the easiest you're going to get is probably Forces, but
I guess we'll find out.
Or Generations. But
we've
got Atlas Fallen.
Is that what happened after he shrugged? This has been a literature joke. Thank you. Play some air horns here, and then put another classic literature joke. Do you get that? Do you get the literature joke? I thought it was a good joke. That game looks like ass. Who cares?
Yeah. Well, there was no substance to it. What was it?
Yeah.
You know?
I could. Yeah. Whatever. What else we got?
Passing on that one. After that, we've got the Outlast trials.
I never played Outlast because they make you do like the most fuck shit to get trophies in that game. There's like I think it's in Outlast 2, there's a trophy for getting through the entire game on the hardest difficulty without ever changing the batteries in your camera.
See,
something like this. It's something like fucked.
Yeah, that sounds like it, because Outlast just never, I don't know, it never sparked anything in me to play it.
So. Finish the game in insane mode without reloading the camera battery.
Yeah, fuck that. So pass on this one. Yeah, look.
Maybe if that one's got an easy plat, maybe we go for it.
Maybe.
Here's my here's what I'll say.
Okay.
I like playing all the games in a series. I really do. I don't like coming in halfway through unless the first game is like fucking terrible to platinum and is like they do all this kind of shit, and then the next game they're like, whoops, sorry, platinum is reasonable. It's like, all right, I'll just play this one.
Yeah. Feel that. I mean,
next?
What's up? Would you go back then and get the other one?
Fuck that. I'm never playing Outlast 2.
The next game
Outlast 1 doesn't even have a platinum, so fuck off. Oh god,
yeah.
What's next?
Was that early PS3, I guess?
Early PS4, you mean? Yeah.
Oh, jeez. The next game I'm excited about, Moonbreaker.
Oh, is that the one made by the writing fucker?
Ian Brandon Anderson.
Is that his fucking name?
That's not his name, because that's the dude. That's the true and honest.
Brandon Sanderson. Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah. See,
that guy strikes me as someone who I would want to listen. Like after like 3 minutes of talking, I would just get up and walk away.
Yeah, probably. You know what? There was a board game based on one of his books that I really liked, and we never picked up. I think it's called like Mistborn or something.
Here's the deal with that game. I like tactics games. I like that they're making it look like action figures.
Yeah, they're like little miniatures, and you can paint them too. Like,
I don't give a shit about that.
I'm so in. I already signed up for the early access. I want to play it. Homeworld 3 simulator. If you're into,
fuck off. Was that the? Wait, I'm sorry. Which one was that? Was that the game that I quickly called Space Dew Valley? What was the game where there was a game where there were people on a ship and they're like, we're like a spaceship, and they eject from an escape pod?
That was Stranded Alien Dawn.
Oh, that's that game. Okay, that's not a survival game. They made a Stardew Valley in space. That looks fun. It's 3D Stardew Valley. I like fun little farming games like that. We'll talk about one when I do the platinum report that has been pissing me off for 2 weeks.
The Expanse Telltale series.
Telltale making a game?
Yeah.
I don't remember this one.
The Expanse.
What happened to Wolf? Hey, I don't give a shit about that. Where the fuck is Wolf of Wall Street? Not Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, where's Wolf of Wall Street at, guys? Where's the Telltale there? I want to do
Wolf of Wall Street. That guy's on TikTok. That Wolf of Wall Street guy, the actual guy, Jordan Belfort. I see him on TikTok a bunch, dunking on fools. But yeah, where's the Wolf Among Us 2? I want my Wolf Among Us 2. I like Fables.
I mean, maybe in the future, since they're back making games again.
Everybody remember what I just said. This is going to be a Tenet issue for next episode. This is your Tenet code word. I was kidding at the beginning when I said it was a bad bit. It's a very good bit. We're going into Tenet. All right, go ahead.
Scars Above.
Fuck's that.
I have no clue. Science action. Another Dead Space looking game, I think.
Everything's a Dead Space game.
Yeah, I do not remember them even talking about this game. We got the DualSense Edge. Are you excited for the controller? I know we
already talked about that.
Yeah. I'm only excited because it means better accessibility options for people. So that's great. Kojima's got a new podcast.
I was so mad that the only real Jeff Keighley's like, we got news from Sony. Here it is. They're like, we got a controller. All right, that's our news from Sony. Good night. It was like, fucking what? Yeah, and then Kojima's comes out. I got big news. I'm making a podcast. Fuck off.
Which
will I listen to it? Absolutely.
Oh yeah, totally. I can't wait. Which also incidentally, Masahiro Sakurai from the Smash Brothers games started a YouTube channel yesterday. And it's gonna just be about like little videos about making video games. I love it so much. So go check out his fucking little show. There's also a Pokemon car coming out.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
I have no. What a dumb thing. What a dumb thing. Especially to like end the show with like, hey, like I thought we got away from fucking showing cars at fucking game shows. They got to come back with a fucking Pokemon Mini Cooper. Get out of here.
I'm gonna be completely honest. When they're like, we got a new Pokemon concept car, I put my headphones down and walked away for a little bit. So
don't blame you. Outside of that, there is a new game. Well, not new game, but kind of new game that came out today. That I'm definitely going to stick my head into.
It didn't come out today.
It didn't come out today because it came out forever ago.
No, it came out 2 days ago because it's Friday. Remember?
You're right. We got to go back to the future. It's called Realm Royale.
Do some fucking Tenet shit, man.
I haven't seen Tenet. I can't. What do I got to do? Just
say I'm
backwards.
Just say I'm doing Tenet shit.
I'm doing Tenet shit right now.
Go ahead.
Don't worry.
All right.
Yo, I want to get you on this game because...
Is it a cell phone game?
It's a battle royale.
Yep. Fuck you.
But look, the platinum list, it's really fucking easy.
What do you mean platinum list? It's a mobile game.
No, it's a fucking battle royale for PS4, PC.
What's this game called?
Realm Royale. Which now it goes under the name Realm Royale Reforged. I just saw that it like had an update on Steam, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's back!" I may have had a little bit of information about that a couple months ago, but it's all chill.
Realm Royale Reforged.
Yeah. I really like this battle royale. It is probably my favorite battle royale, but no one fucking played it, and then it died, and now they're bringing it back, and I can't fucking wait to play more of it. I hope it gets just. I don't feel like they even need to do a lot. Just kind of keep it updated, But the trophy list is super fucking easy.
Let's look at it. Unlimited warrior enemy player is a warrior, assassin, mage. Okay, so unlimited players
play the four classes. Yep.
Forge your first legendary weapon.
Easy because
survive after becoming. Okay, what?
Reason why that's easy is because you can make weapon every time you like open a chest, in like Fortnite, and weapons drop out. If there's a weapon you don't need, you can break that weapon right there, so it denies other players a chance to get it. But then you can go to a forge and just make a weapon, and you've got skills that can guarantee you like legendaries and shit. So super easy.
Next one, survive after becoming a chicken.
Yeah, that's easy. Anytime you die in the game, you turn into a chicken for like 30, 40 seconds or something like that. If you can stay alive as the chicken, like, because all you can do is like you can hit them, but it's a very low damage.
Is this a free game?
But you can like run away if you just stay away for 20 seconds. You come back and that's that. Easy.
Collect armor potions 20 times.
Yeah, easy. You can hold 10 at a time in the match. So you're gonna do that. And
get a crown royale. Is that just winning?
Yep, just win a match.
Get 50 eliminations as each class. Forge 100 items. Get a legendary item in every slot. Eliminate an enemy player with your dagger.
Yeah, that's just as the assassin, you can like stab somebody.
Okay,
easy.
Get a crown royale with 3 different classes. Get 10 crown royales. Chicken a player from more than 800 feet away.
Snipe somebody.
Eliminate more than 10 players in a single match. Win a match as a team of 4 without losing a single player. Right. Now, here's my question. Coming to games like this, here's the thing. If this had just come out where everyone is new, like a Fortnite situation where you play a bunch of kids, it's easy. Is this going to be a thing where if I start playing with this, okay, hold on. Take 2. If I start playing this with you, is it going to be nothing but absolute, like, just fucking units who've been nothing but playing this game for years or whatever?
No, they're definitely going to be like a handful of people that are that way. But right now it's tough because the game is relaunching. So I don't know if there's like a big influx of players right now. But I would assume that's pretty bot heavy right now until like maybe this weekend. So, but at the same time, I was playing when this game was like more popular and I got most of that stuff done, during that. The hardest one you're going to have a trophy, like the hardest trophy you're going to have getting is the kill 10 people in a single match. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, that seems like pretty possible if you especially get into like a bot match. So I don't know. That one would just be like a race against time more than anything. You're just gonna have to land somewhere where everyone is and just get a good item and then win. So but I like that game a lot. I think people should check it out.
And it's got trophies and it's something you think we can do, I'd be more willing to play this with you than like Fortnite.
Yo, it's so fucking great. Like, I would definitely, especially if it's got crossplay. I think it does.
What,
so
if it does, if you do some research, if it's got crossplay, after I come back from PAX, maybe I'll download this and we'll try fucking around in it.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So suggest that game. Everyone go check it out.
What are we doing right now? Are we still talking about games? Is Gamescom over?
Gamescom is fucking over.
Okay.
Real quick, I do want to give a quick shout out. Pokemon Worlds happened this weekend. My friend Daichi, better known as Sunny Go, got second place in the Masters TCG division, and I want to just say congratulations to him. He is the person that I've been saying for the last several years is the best player in the world, and I'm so glad that he got to stand on the stage and show people that. It hurts to see him not walking away with the first place trophy, but
is this guy actually your friend?
Yeah. He's probably one of my
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he's like one of my closest friends from Japan. Love the dude. He's seriously like the most, upstanding human being you'll ever meet. He's so nice, so kind. I love the dude. I'm so proud of him for getting second. I knew he could do it. I can't wait to see him come back next year and just like dominate everyone again. Was this the deck game or the card? Or was this the card game or the video game? Yeah, the card game. Oh, what did he play? He played Arceus V-Star with a flying Pikachu as the off attacker, and he he hit everything he needed, and then like the grand finals match, he hit everything. Like he was like, commentators like, man, he really needs this and that card to make this come back. And he would hit it. And then immediately after, they were like, well, the only thing that could stop this is this one card. And let's look at the opponent's deck list. He runs one. He's got a full deck. He just can't top deck it. That's the only way. Top decks. And it's like, fuck, dude. Like, the dude just had better luck is all it was. So it was unfortunate, but there's a bunch of matches that he's playing in, like, because he, top 8, top 4, he was all on camera for that stuff, and of course finals. Go check out his games because they're very interesting. He made the right meta calls in his deck, and everyone's just like, wow, this is a very consistent and interesting deck because he played to tech against everything. and it paid off. So it was really cool to see that. And also on top of that, his friend Miyashishi or Ryota, he got third place. And they play on the same team. I've only met him like once or twice, so I don't know him as well. But he's a nice dude. I'm glad he got top 8 at the last Worlds, which would have been 2019, I want to say. So the Momoya Storm, like it's there. They're coming. Japan is playing for Worlds every single year right now. And I hope that Daichi comes and wins next time. So, but
where
they
was
also
the person who won from?
He was from the Netherlands, I want to say. It was somewhere in Europe.
Netherlands.
Yeah, Europe, man. Europe is fucking insanely good. Like, I don't know what it is. The US has been really fucking lacking. There has not been a player. There are only 2 Worlds where there wasn't a top 8 US player, and this was one of them. So the US is really, I think, in the last, especially since COVID, I think the US has gotten worse at producing, higher caliber Pokemon players. So I'd really like to see that step up, because it's like kind of unfortunate to see the super skilled players that I used to play with kind of leaving the game. But I think it's because they just keep doing the same shit in the trading card game, because once we saw Daichi lose his top 2 game, because I stayed up like all night, because it was the Worlds was in London, so it was like 7 in the morning when we got to see him play. So I'd stayed up all night, watched his match, and then I was going to bed, and my wife was like, do you want me to wake you up when they do the announcements for what the next mechanics are? And I was like, yeah, I'm betting that it's going to be the same old shit, so no, I don't care. Don't wake me up. I get up after, taking my nap or sleeping, whatever, go to the internet, look up, hey, what's the new mechanic? And it's like, tell me if you've heard this mechanic before. I know you don't play the TCG, but tell me, have you ever heard of Pokemon EX?
No.
Oh, fuck off. Yeah, you have.
No.
That's like the big one that everyone knows. They're like, oh, I hate EXs. That's why they don't like playing the game. Well, guess what?
I don't know what that fucking means.
They're back.
I'm gonna clue into something really important, Chris. And I don't mean to belittle your interests. You, out of the 2 of us, I'm the normie and you're the niche person.
For sure.
And so the thing that you think everyone's heard of, I guarantee you.
Yo, Pokemon cards are
not very many people have heard of.
Pokemon cards are like the moneymaker, though. Everyone knows Pokemon cards.
Add to the email that you're sending in. What was the reference I made?
Do you know what Pokemon EX are?
And do you know what Pokemon EX is?
Yeah.
And be honest.
Oh, and
right now, as you said, without looking up, do you know what Pokemon EX is? Because I swear I don't.
And I hope we get one email that's like, are you talking about blank or blank? And then I'll be like, hey, I don't
know what you're talking. I really don't know what you're talking about, and I'm not trying to No, that's totally not like cool. You're trying to dunk on you.
Totally, no.
You're just
totally
like,
good.
Tell me if you heard this. A Pokemon EX. No, I've not heard of that.
That is a mechanic that has been in the game for fucking ever. Like when Nintendo...
I played Pokemon, here were their mechanics. Are you ready? There were Pokemon powers. That was it.
Yep. No, Pokemon
they introduced Team Rocket Pokemon, and you could have because you can only have 4 of the same Pokemon in a deck, but you could have like 4 of a normal Pokemon and 4 of a Team Rocket Pokemon, because they were technically considered different breeds. So that was like the only you know what the biggest new mechanic was when I stopped playing was they introduced arena or fields or whatever.
Oh, stadiums. Yes,
stadiums. Thank you.
Yeah. No, Pokemon EX, when Nintendo bought the game back from Wizards of the Coast, they started EXs, which was in 2004, I think was the first format we had EXs. And that lasted till about 2007. And then they went away until 2012. And then they lasted again till, 2016, 2017, something like that. So EXs have been around for a very, very long time. And they're just so... I just can't believe that we're doing the same shit again, Like, I was sitting here thinking, like, what could they do different about Pokemon in the TCG when we get to the new block, That's the one thing is every 3 years, you're like, hey, there's going to be a big shift in the card game soon. Great. Can't wait to see what it is. What is it? Oh, it's the same shit again. So I'm just like, what? I think Pokemon, the TCG's got to do something different soon, or else I think it will start losing a lot of players very, very soon. It won't lose money because fucking Logan Paul is out here buying cases upon cases and has caused everyone to go buy Pokemon cards and inflate the value of these fucking pieces of paper. But
did
it's unfortunate.
Post Malone getting into Magic do the same thing to it, or is Magic still kind of the same as it always is?
No, I think it's still the same as it was. Because I haven't seen like a massive spike to Magic, especially because the way that they release cards now is they kind of flood the market. So and there's so many different versions of the same card that it's kind of hard to have certain ones have value, right? Especially because a lot of them you just buy out of like, if you've got money, you buy collector boosters because you're going to get like the full arts and the alt arts and all the special arts that only can come from them. They're always going to be foil and etc. You're going to get 3 mythics a pack, whatever. That's caused the game to be kind of a weird pricing game right now. Like, I'm so glad I don't buy Magic anymore.
I want to say something about card games.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Vince has been banished to the Shadow Realm, Triple H, I know you're listening. Bring back WWE Raw Deal. Bring it back. Not when they rebooted it and they did the different like Raw Evolution. That was shit. Bring back original Raw Deal. Make all the old cards not playable, but reprint them. That way I don't feel bad about all that shit that I threw away. But bring back Raw Deal and I'll play Raw Deal.
I will. Hey, you know what? Somebody give me all your Raw Deal cards from your childhood so that I can play the game because I want to check it out. They had a bunch of it at Gen Con. I was like, oh, hey, game. Look at all this sealed Raw Deal stuff.
Don't buy sealed shit. That's dumb.
Yeah, but it's cool because it's like you get to open another pack of that, you know?
Raw Deal packs did the cool thing that I don't think any other card game does, which is they had what we called God packs, which is one pack out of an entire case was nothing but all of the foil holo rares for the set.
There are a couple other card games that like Dragon Ball Super, I think, is the most notable one right now that does God packs, which is like in their God packs, all the cards will be foil. You'll get, I think every single card is a super rare or higher. Or like you get all super rares and then like 2 of them are the alternate arts. And then maybe you get like an alternate.
So in Raw Deal, there were no alternate. There were only 4 ranks of cards. There was a common, uncommon, rare, and foil because the cards that were foil were always foil.
Right.
And they're only specific cards. And they were usually only, the only cards that were foil were like people's finishers or like, Raw had superstar specific cards. So it's like, there would be cards with people's logos on. It's like, yo, this is Edge's
like
spear.
Signature attacks. For
only an Edge deck can play this card.
Right.
And then there'd be cards that would like have more than one person's on it, but it would be like people on a faction. So like this is a card that can be played by Shawn Michaels, or can be played by Triple H, or it can be played by Degeneration X. So all those cards. Anything that was like a super specific card was usually a rare, but then their finishing move would usually always be a foil.
Right. That's cool though. Dragon Ball kind of tried to do that for the re-release of the 2015 version of Dragon Ball Z. I didn't care for it as much in that game, but I feel like in a wrestling game it would totally make a little bit more sense to do that. I don't know. I've always wanted to check out Raw Deal though, so maybe one day we'll do. I still have some decks. I have some decks somewhere. I just threw away like all my commons and uncommons and all that kind of shit. Yeah,
because it was just like time to clean.
I know that they do still have events for it at Gen Con. So
yeah, I got a killer deck. My best deck based on Eugene. Do you remember who Eugene was?
No.
Oh, good, because it's you're about to really think this game's disgusting. Eugene was a character from the mid 2000s where it was a man pretending to be mentally handicapped.
Oh no.
Who was supposed to be Eric Bischoff's cousin, who had let's not beat around the bush. Probably it wasn't Down syndrome, but he was definitely like stereotypical, like, you know what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
And his thing was that he was a big man with a beard. He's like a 40-year-old man with a beard who acted like he was 12. But his thing was that he was such a big fan of wrestling that he would do like the Rock's move and Triple H's move. So his deck was basically, his ability was you can pack there was a superstar specific cards. They specific. He can play anybody's card, but you can only play one a turn.
See,
But the thing is,
that reminds me of like how Cell worked in the Dragon Ball game. It was that he could kind of use anyone else's
Well, the reason that's fucking broken is because most of the superstar, there were 3 different types of cards in the game. There were maneuvers, reversals, and actions. Mm-hmm. And so on your turn, you could only play maneuvers and actions, and then on another player's turn, you can only play reversals. But there were cards that were like half and half. It was like on your turn, this is a maneuver. On the other person's turn, this is a reversal, right? And a lot of those were superstar specific. So I made a deck that was basically, it's the best way to explain it. It would be like the most absolute counterspell deck, because it was nothing but cards that were either actions and reversals or maneuvers and reversals. Everything in my hand was always a counter to whatever you did at all times. And sure, I can only play 1 card a turn, but when you can't do anything, I'm gonna win.
Yeah, that was my favorite way to play in Dragon Ball. I always played Blue Trunks, which was just like I just played it with nothing but like defense cards, and then I'd play Dragon Balls so that like the one turn my opponent would miss something, I'd be like, oh, well, here are all the Dragon Balls. Now I win the game.
Is that there was a mechanic in Legend of the 5 Rings where if you got all 5 rings,
all 5 rings.
You won the game?
Yeah. One day you're going to teach me how to play classic L5R.
That shit I got all rid of. I don't have any of those fucking cards anymore.
Video game.
How long has this episode been so far?
An hour.
Welcome to the Platinum Report.
How many platinums did you get this week?
44.
Damn. And you're not playing as much shit?
All of those were on August 11th.
What the fuck?
Well, I'll explain. So the last time we talked, the last thing I had platinumed was, or had I no, I hadn't platinumed this yet. So actually it's 45. Because the last thing I think I had platinumed was PJ Masks Hero of the Night.
I think so.
Okay. Got another game that night called Night and Plus, which is it's basically if you made a new Zelda, but it was only original Zelda dungeons. Mm-hmm. It's just you can play that thing about 45 minutes. It's just, I've done it a bunch of times before. It was fun. Then we were talking about, I finally just sat down and was like, I just want to play it. I played Reverie again. That is the game that I've been telling you to play. That is like if you made a new Link to the Past, but it was based in New Zealand and it's a kid with a cricket bat. It's fun. Then I realized, oh, you know what's coming out tomorrow? Cult of the Lamb. And I need to get to, if I do this, I can make it my milestone 1550th, and this will be the thing that gets me to 48. So
Didn't
in
you
one day,
also like stream 12 hours of that game?
That was the next day. This is Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
So I think this was also the 11th. Hold on one second. I think Cult of the Lamb came out on the 11th, and it was the 12th when I realized it was broken. Yeah, this all was so in the morning before it came out. It came out at 9:00 in the morning. So I woke up early and platinumed 44 games to get it ready. And this is also what got me to 48. So like it was the double thing of like, I just want to do it. And then also, so Tennis T 4 times, Giraffe G 4 times, Jumping Nuggets 4 times, Jumping Pizza Turbo 4 times, a Vump Jump 4 times, Jumping Nuggets Turbo 4 times, Organic Engine twice, Pinball Machine number 2, Our Church and Halloween RPG twice, Nick and Kit, Nick's Adventure twice. That's another new series from Christian Gaming. The Giraffe people have put out a new type of game where you drive a car. So I got Snow Journey 4 times and Snow Journey Nitro 4 times. They did make one of these called like Drift Journey. And I think it would be funny to get those just because of Tokyo Drift. So one day I might get those. Then we got Zump Jump spelled with an X. And then we got Round Invaders Red. So that was all in a morning before I streamed 12 hours of Cult of the Lamb and called it one of the most fun games I've played all year. And if you don't know, Cult of the Lamb it's like half Animal Crossing where you're setting up a little cult, and the other half is like Binding of Isaac, roguelike, Hades, and it's really fun, except it's broken as shit. It was broken as shit when it came out. Mm-hmm. One of the trophies is completely unattainable because you have to do this thing where you find these little snails. They're snails, and you have to kill the snails to get the shells, and then you offer the shells to 5 hidden altars to get an appearance to make your followers look like snails, and that's the last trophy that no one can get, is the one for getting all of those because it's broken. The game also has significant hitches and bugs. The game has a problem where you're supposed to call your congregation to come pray at you, and only 6 people will show up at a time, ruining a lot of stuff. Followers will ask for things, and then immediately they'll fail, and you'll lose faith. Like, there's so many things that are broken. Oof. Now on Steam, they've been fixed. But because Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo are such shitters about letting people put out patches, the patch has not come out for the consoles. It's been 2 weeks since the game is out. I played it for 12 hours on Thursday and another couple hours, like 5 or 6 hours after work on Friday. And that's when I started hitting the bugs where I just couldn't play the game anymore because it was crashing on me. And so now it's been sitting there for 2 weeks and I've been like, well, the next, whatever platinum I get next is a milestone, and I'm stuck in indecision of what am I going to do. I think it's going to be this Shenzhen game that comes out tomorrow, yesterday. I think that'll be it instead. And then I'll hold Cult of the Lamb. But man, talk about going from a game that I could not put down, could not talk highly enough to, what a fucking disappointment. So instead, I decided to go and do some other things that weren't platinum based. Finished up the Control DLC that I needed. So now I've got every single Control platinum. Might want to remember that for later. And then I realized, I'm really close to getting 40,000 overall trophies, so I could get that milestone. And with Penny Arcade, or with PAX coming up, I realized, those Penny Arcade games are on PS Plus Premium, and it's the PS3 streaming. I want to try it out. So I quickly did a game called Palm Reading Premium, which is a palm reading video game that just has 16 trophies but no platinum. I did that because I needed the numbers, and then I beat the first Penny Arcade Adventures on the Rain-Slick Precipice of Darkness, Episode 1, and its last trophy that I got was my 40,000th overall trophy, and I did it because it's a fart joke. That right? It's called Silent but Deadly for beating the final boss without healing. And so I did that, and then I also did the second one, and then I did the PS5 version of Palm Reading Platinum. And I want to really quickly talk about those Penny Arcade games.
Yeah, how are they?
Dude, they suck.
Yeah.
I thought I went into that.
Time.
I remember playing them on Xbox back in the day and being like, these are fun. I like Penny Arcade. And I have fucking moved on. Like, that was 2009, 2010. I remember playing those games before PAX. I think in 2009, before going to PAX in my apartment in Portland. I'm 23, 24. So I've definitely grown up since then. But like, I streamed them and I was like, all right, I'm expecting these to be like, they're going to say something cancelable, and they're not bad, but they're the definite, like, they are the worst form of that 2000, like that mid 2000s. If I say swear words, that makes it funny.
Oh yeah. When people were finally learning how to swear. What the
fuck? Oh, you're a fuck. This is a poop. You're a shit poop. Shit like that. We have a guy that likes to pee on things. This is a piss guy, and there's a quest to get his piss to put it on your weapons to have piss weapons. Man, so the gameplay itself, it's like Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga,
right,
where it's like, you do an attack.
There's timing things that you can do.
There's active battles so here's the problem with that, right? Normal attacks are just you press the button, it does it, and then you can also press R2 when they're attacking you to counterattack and block. The problem is that the fucking PS3 streaming does not. So I was playing this game on my normal internet,
right,
and it was almost unplayable. So I said, fuck it. They offered me gigabyte internet in my area. I'm going to go upgrade, and I upgraded to gigabyte internet.
Oh, shit.
My internet rules. Do I sound better right now?
Yeah, you do sound a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's great. Welcome to the future.
Welcome to the future. Didn't matter. Still doing shit. all of like the things are basically time-based mini games. It's like press R1 and R2 when they go through the dance zone, or jam on the X button, and then at the end hit it as the bar is going down. You have to get it in the zone. And it's just like, I had to learn how to play that game where the idea was you don't do what the game wants you to do. You do it about 2 seconds earlier because of the lag between the PS3 and me, because you're on this virtual PS3.
Right.
The worst part is if you've ever uploaded trophies from a PS3, you know that like it has to do this thing where you go into the trophies and it updates and it syncs with the server and it takes forever. You still have to do that on a PS5 when you're playing PS3 games. Whatever. It was really funny too, knowing that like they had all this shit to set up a 4-game series, and then after 2 it's like, nah, fuck this, and then somebody else made 3 and 4 and they don't really like fit
up,
and so it's so funny to be like, you got this thing, wait till you see what it does in episode 3. Not a damn thing. Those were bad.
Yeah, because I remember,
but I got them.
Like, do things continue on? Like, do they connect from the first game to the second game, like your save data and stuff?
Yeah,
because I remember when the third one came out, it was completely different. It was like 8-bit instead of
the third and the fourth one were made by a different company.
Yeah, so it just did not continue anything. It'd be really like if the Dot Hack games were just like, oh yeah, here are the first two.
Yep. So in the first and second game, in the first and second Penny Arcade, the characters are the Gabe and Tycho, and then a character that you make yourself.
Mm-hmm.
In the third and fourth game, they fucking fridge your character. Well, that's not the right way to say it. They put you in a fucking like crystal, and you're like, we don't care about you anymore. And they just do their own thing. And at the end of the fourth game, they're like, oh, the world ended, but it's going to be started by you because you were in a crystal the whole time.
Why couldn't you say fridge? Are you scared to like upset Kyle Rayner or something like that?
Well, it's just it's the wrong. Fridging a character is a very specific thing. And he didn't die, and B, it wasn't throwing a woman to die to make a man feel bad about himself. So you know what I mean? Like fridging is a very specific thing.
Yeah.
I hate Kyle Rayner.
Yeah,
he's the worst He's the worst Green Lantern.
Who do you like though of the Green Lantern?
Hal Jordan.
That's a good answer. Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan number 1. John Stewart number 2. Yep. Guy Gardner number 3.
Yep.
Kyle Rayner number 4.
Yeah, 100%. We're on the same page.
And I do want to say, even though he's third, I really like Guy Gardner. I think just John Stewart's a better character.
Yeah.
So I'd say number 1 is Hal Jordan with a bullet, and then 2 or 3 are very close, and then at the bottom of the list is Kyle Rayner, that fucking whiny little bitch.
No one likes anything from the 90s. Get out of this 90s Green Lantern.
Green Lantern's cool. I like Hal Jordan. Just the idea of a guy who's a cocky asshole, whose powers are all based on the fact that he's such a cocky asshole, whose willpower says like, you can't fuck with me. I'm fucking Hal Jordan. Go fuck yourself. That reminds me a lot of me. I'm the Hal Jordan that's getting people mad on the internet.
Oh no, I'm the Guy Gardner.
That's cool.
I love that. Oh, that's great for you.
That's good for you.
Holy shit.
Anyway, so I've been playing just games that I don't know. Like I said, this Shin-Chan game's coming out today, tomorrow, yesterday, whatever. So we'll look at the list, and if it's not too bad, maybe that'll be my overall 50th trophy. Yeah, it's weird. I have not earned a platinum trophy since August 11th.
And you don't feel the shakes or anything?
No.
Wow.
This
Maybe
podcast might
start playing Final Fantasy. No, now we just transport it to because you'll still have more trophies, but we just kind of transition it to like the Gamecast.
But I want to talk about trophies.
You could still talk about trophies, but now you get to talk about trophies of good games.
No, I'll still play shit.
Like Final Fantasy 14.
I was thinking, like, since it's October, I'm definitely at some time during that month going to play Hotel Transylvania 4 because I have the Hotel Transylvania 3 Platinum, so I got to get that other one.
Absolutely.
Scary Tale ending or something. We still have to do a fucking video game this episode.
Yeah, let's. We don't even have to go too fucking long on it, but I did want to talk about the Jack and Dexter series because it's a series that I like. It's a series that I struggle to like at times, but it's something that I would kind of want to see redone, right? Like, I feel like Ratchet and Clank has redone themselves a couple times, and sure, the movie remake didn't land on its feet, but I think like the future games were fucking perfect. They're awesome fucking games. And then even like Rift Apart, apparently, because I still haven't played it, is a great game.
You really need to play that fucking game now that you have a PS5. I'm mad at you for not playing it.
And then we've got like Sly Cooper, which they haven't really made a new Sly Cooper in a while, have they?
They haven't made one since Thieves in Time, which is one that I've never played, but I like Sly Cooper. I have the Platinums in 1 and 2. I don't know why I never got 3. I should go back and do that.
I've heard it's fun. Really good. Maybe, you know what, maybe we do a Sly Cooper. Well, I mean, we've done Ratchet and Clank. We're doing Jack and Daxter. Sly Cooper, you're next. But like,
you're on notice.
Yeah. Fucking watch it. We're coming for your cane. Or staff or not really.
Quick, without looking it up, what's the name of the book that he is going after in the title of that first game? Can you say it correctly? What's the name of the first video game? Sly Cooper and the...
It's not the Thievius Raccoonus, is it?
There, you got it.
Yeah?
I was expecting you to forget. Good job.
Oh, man. It's been a while since I played those, too, so I would really like to go back and touch those series again. But Jack and Daxter recently got a like fan made like upscale version for the PC, and it kind of brought me into the game again, right? And it's definitely something that like I kind of miss Naughty Dog's platformers, because I mean I guess the Uncharted games are kind of. Would you consider those platformers? Have you played them?
Which games?
The Uncharted series.
I played Uncharted 1. It's not a platformer. That's a third-person cover-based shooter.
Right. I don't care about that. I want them to do another platformer. Like, what? Oh yeah, they're doing The Last of. I was gonna say, what fucking game were they working on?
Last of Us 1, baby, and it's gonna have platinum that doesn't involve multiplayer. Let's go.
See, I think Jack and Daxter was the downfall of Naughty Dog games. I think the Jack and Daxter, the precursor legacy, was their last good game, and then they've kind of moved on.
What?
Yeah, because I know, you know what? I know people are gonna get at me for saying
The Last
not
of
Jack
Us Part
2?
2 is one of the Last of Us Part 2 is one of the greatest narrative video games ever made.
I mean, I don't know, because I'm like, there's no way I'm playing fucking Last.
The story of The Last of Us Part 2 is one of the greatest things that has ever been written and turned into a video game. It is a story about how you deal with revenge and loss and coming to terms with like what is important to you, and the gameplay is good as well. I'm not going to sit here and let you talk down on that game. That game is a masterpiece.
I don't know. I can't get into like the post-apocalyptic zombie nonsense.
I don't give a fuck.
It's just like what do they do that's like so different in that game that makes it, you know?
You need to play that game.
I've watched someone play the whole first. Like I was in the room while someone was playing the first one, and it never fucking came to me.
The first one's story is okay. The second one's story is 5 stars masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? We're turning. This is the great Naughty Dog debate. Welcome. Here's the thing. It's great that they want to make these like narrative driven games, right? I like that. That's cool.
Uncharted was so much fun. I still want to play 2, 3, Lost Legacy, and all that. I have them. The only one I played is 1, but Uncharted 1 was basically just a new Indiana Jones game, and it was so much fun. Now, did I like crushing mode? Absolutely not.
Right.
But the writing was fun.
Is the gameplay
of what?
Is it does it have enough substance to it?
Of like, what? Of which one?
For either Uncharted or The Last of Us? Because I feel like when it comes
Uncharted 1, I've only played Uncharted 1. That's just a cover-based shooter, and I had to play it on the hardest difficulty, and I feel like it cheats at times. Sometimes that's not a debate to have. The Last of Us Part 2, I've played on normal and grounded permadeath mode. And I will say that it never feels unfair. There's only one fight. There is one fight in that game that feels a little unfair, and it's a boss fight. I don't want to go too much into it because it'll ruin some story.
Yeah.
But the actual gameplay of that game is super fun. It's all about being stealthy and then until you don't have to be. And it's like you can go loud that whole game and never be stealth, or you can go stealth that whole game. It allows you to play either way, and both are valid, and neither messes up anything. And it's just a lot of fun. It's like, do you just want to be like, fuck this, I'm going to turn it on easy and turn on like infinite ammo and just fucking because I did that my second. So to get that platinum, you had to play the whole game, and then you had to play basically about halfway through plus a chapter or 2 to get like some extra collectibles that you are not collectibles, but upgrades that you couldn't get the first time, because you have to do all the upgrades in the game, and there's just not enough stuff in the game to upgrade everything one playthrough through.
Okay. So
it's like that first time I played it on normal, I was stealthy. I really put myself in the idea of I'm in the fucking, because we've talked about this. I love post-apocalyptic. As you listen to this right now, I'm at the opening of Dystopia Rising Pacific Northwest, which has been silent for 2 years since COVID, and we're doing our first game this weekend, and I'm probably there having a lot of fun pretending that the world's over. That's my favorite shit. Once you move, I am dragging you to one of those.
Yeah, I'm totally down to do it. And which that date is coming soon. Can't wait.
But anyway,
my question
I really like putting myself in that main mindset of I have to be stealthy. I need to get whatever upgrades I can because I'm fucking just rifling through trying to find all of the supplies. I love looking for supplies. And like that game's story never hits a bad bump. It is good the whole way through. Everything is good. Some people complain that the ending goes a little too long, and I get what they're coming from, but also I don't give a shit because I thought that it was a little tedious, but the tedium was part of it, of getting to that end, and the end is so like a knife in the fucking heart. So good.
Yeah, it's an earned ending, right? Like,
yes,
because I do know a lot about that. Because again, like, it's not a game that I'm ever going to play because the gameplay doesn't sing to me at all. It just feels like the textbook definition of what does a game from like 2009 play like, right? It is very much like walk into room, look for everything in the room, put everything in the room in your pocket. Now move to the next room, kill the zombie in front of you. Now search for everything. Like it just kind of, it's a progression mover. Like you're just kind of moving.
I could say the exact same thing about. I could say the same exact thing about Final Fantasy 14. It's the same thing all the time. Go into the room. Press 1. Press 1. Press 1. Press 2. Press 2. Don't stand in the circle. Press 1. Press 1. Press 3. Press 3. 1 plus 1 plus 4. Plus 3 plus 4 plus 1. Don't stand in the circle. Stand over here. Do the damage. Okay, that's dead. Kill the ad. Blah blah. It's like.
But here's the thing: is in Final Fantasy 14,
I think you're being dismissive of video games.
I guess I can understand where you're seeing that, but I guess my logic into that is, what's a fun boss fight in that game?
In what game?
In like the Last of Us games. Like what's one where you're like, oh man, like remember this part where
I will tell you.
Well, because that's what I'm saying is like in Final Fantasy 14, it's like, wow, God, yeah, like the Sephiroth fight, it's so fun because of these mechanics and what you have to do in that fight. Like, sure, I get that I'm doing my rotation, which is a stagnant thing that rarely, it changes on expansions or maybe in patches where like we may lose a button or gain a button. But it's like, yeah, I understand that the mechanic of me attacking is the same, but the thing is that the objects and the pathway forward is always different, and it's always this beautiful, elegant dance that you have to learn step by step to do. Versus in like The Last of Us, it's like, well, what is a part where you're like,
here, I'll tell you,
it's this level or this boss.
Every single boss fight in that game is not a level or a boss. In your games, you work up, this is what's going to happen. In this game, it's very simple. You're just doing what you think is normal, and then you're fucking attacked and put into a boss fight. And it's stressful, and you freak out, and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm in a boss fight. They never tell you boss fight coming up. There's no plot
it's never really telegraphed that way. Like, you're walking up to like a door and just knowing I'm going to go behind this door, and then something's going to happen.
One of the first boss fights in that game that I love is there's a part where another reason I really love that game is because it takes place in Seattle, a city that I spent a lot of time in, and they do a really good job of recreating like what a post-apocalyptic Seattle. Like you can go to the Washington State Convention Center where they hold PAX, and they have one of the entrances to the hallway has this very specific pattern of like these geometric, like it looks like rocks going, of these very specific like set pattern. You'd have to look it up, and when you go to it in that game, it's the same the letter. So there's this part where you go to basically what is GameWorks in downtown Seattle, and you're because downtown Seattle, all the streets, the big Pike Street, the one that's in the middle, that the Washington Convention Center, it goes all the way down, is just a flooded mess. So you're driving a boat down it, and you get stuck, and you have to go into like dock into this place, and it's basically GameWorks. It's a big arcade, and so you're doing all this thing to get your thing unstuck, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, as you're doing it, the floor collapses, and now you're on the bottom floor, and there's this giant It's the first time that they show the bloater enemies. There's just this big mean fucker that you land, all of a sudden it wakes up and it just starts fucking trying to eat your face.
You know what's really funny?
That shit is what I love.
You know what's really funny about that? When you said that the floor breaks, I was like, my first instinct was thinking that a boomer in Left 4 Dead 2 was going to be right under that. Because that's like exactly the scenario that something like that would put you in, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, here's the exploder now. And it's like, oh, yeah. But again, it's like you telling me that, like, I mean, in the gameplay, you're probably not going to see that. And I get that, telling is a different thing, hindsight 2020, all that shit. But like, I don't know. does just recreating Seattle, is that what makes the game good then? I mean, other than the game story.
There's no bad part of The Last of Us 2. Okay. Number 1 is the narrative. Number 2 is the characters. Number 3 is the setting and gameplay, and number 4 is like the polish. Like, the game is fun to play. It is very satisfying to shoot a zombie in the head and watch it die. The shooting is good. I like the shooting. I like the stealth of being able to sneak up and stab a dude in the back of the head and just watch him fucking die. And then I love, one of my favorite things is how like real they tried to make the NPCs. So there's the there's the clickers, you're fighting the zombies, but you're also fighting people. And you'll fucking shoot a dude in the leg, and instead of being like, he will literally, please, I have a family, don't. And then I smash his head with a fucking crowbar. And it feels so good to just like, they explained that, so Neil Druckmann gave a thing where he said, The Last of Us is a story about love. The Last of Us Part 1 is a story about understanding Joel, who was this bitter old man who lost everything, realizing what love is again. The Last of Us Part 2 is a game about hate. The Last of Us 2 is nothing but gritty, disgusting hatred about how really, I know everyone talks about like, the joke is, it's The Walking Dead, the real monsters are the people. The Last of Us Part 2, the monsters are the fucking people. There is a whole storyline. Do you want to spoil shit?
Yeah, I don't care because
there's a whole storyline. No, look, fuck you. This game.
If you were gonna play this Skyrim game when it comes out on PS, being like, this will be the time I'll play it. Like you don't. It doesn't matter to you anymore. You've lost.
What are you talking about?
Like if
Skyrim came out a decade ago. Last of Us Part 2 only came out 2 years ago.
But aren't they redoing Last of Us number 1 right now? Again, for the third time?
No, the second time. They put it out,
and they put out a remaster.
Hold on, they remastered it, which is different. All that remaster is an up-res to PS4, but they did that to so many games at PS4 that whatever. This is an actual honest to goodness going in with the PS5 engine, redoing it's not just like put it all in 1080p. They're doing everything they can to make this a better game. They've also, it's not just a remake because they're using the engine from Last of Us 2, which was a better shooting engine, to redo all the encounters. So it's like they're putting work into this game, and I won't let you sit here and just be like, whatever.
I'm not,
because this
I'm not trying to say that they're not putting work in it. I'm just saying that I think genre fatigue is a big thing, one, and then series fatigue is another huge thing. And I think it's enough fatigue that like if you were to put out this game and then be like, here's a remaster, and this one's a better version of it, go play that, and then just like 2 to 3 years later you're like, hey, we're kind of doing it again, but this time we're actually remaking it this time, so it will actually be better than the last time we said it was better. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, can't we just make a new game?
No, you're the only one feeling this fatigue. Nobody else that cares about this gives a shit.
No, I genuinely think I want to hear from people. Like, let me know.
They're taking out, this is the best part. I didn't really like the multiplayer because it was tied to the platinum, and the thing about the multiplayer is that like only a couple like psychos took care of it, and like the thing is you need to get to level 40 or something in the multiplayer, and when you lose you actually go down in level, and there's people who've made it their job to just make sure that people don't get the platinum. So what they did is for this one they divorced the multiplayer. Instead, what they're going to do is they're going to make their own multiplayer game, and it's going to be like Destiny. It's going to be a live game where this is my dream. This is going to be a live game where all I do is go to downtown San Francisco, because they're going to put it in San Francisco, and it's just going to be going on missions, getting, supplies back to my home base, and playing a 4-player co-op against the computer game where it's all just post-apocalyptic shit. That's going to be the game I live in forever. Like, I'm so excited. But okay, I think The Last of Us 2, when you're talking about, the story, blah, blah, blah. That is the best story to come out in a while of trans representation, of even in the apocalypse, people fucking hate people that don't look like them.
And I'm all for telling a good, trans story. I'm not trying to discredit that at all. What I'm trying to say is that...
Whoa, sounds like you were.
No, furthest thing from it.
I'm kidding.
What I'm trying to say is that, like, we're all tired of Skyrim coming out.
We're not. Don't say that.
Yeah.
You cannot say we are all. You always do this where you're like, everyone hates it.
No, yeah,
people love Skyrim. There are people
I'm the people's champ here. Like, I know what the
you're
people
absolutely
want.
not. You're absolutely not.
We're all. I think we just need to pump the brakes on games that just keep getting re-released, and especially from a company like Naughty Dog. Because while I don't really enjoy their games now because they're just shooters, like I really wish they'd go back to just a platformer for once.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Just
Crash Bandicoot. I want to go on record right now. Are you ready? Crash Bandicoot is a bad video game.
Wrong. You're so wrong.
Terrible game.
Which one have you played? Which one are you talking about? Because
Crash Bandicoot
are fantastic.
Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation was a bad video game.
No, Crash Bandicoot 1 is a great fucking game.
Boring.
The end of it is really
plays like
hard,
shit.
But
and those remakes.
The remakes play like shit for sure.
Play like shit. Old ones play like shit. I don't give a shit.
Naughty Dog.
Crash sucks. Crash's whole thing was Crash's fucking Rick and Morty. He's out here being like, look at me, I'm not Mario.
He doesn't even speak.
There's all those ads where the dude was in the Crash Bandicoot.
Those are good ads though.
He sucks. No, they were at the time. Anyway, I think, and you know what's great?
You just flew in from
the trophies for The Last of Us Part 2 are all good and achievable and not up their own ass.
You
now,
can't say
put out a
Crash Bandicoot trophies are bad because there isn't a trophy for Crash Bandicoot.
That's not true. They remastered all those games and put trophies in them, and they're all
those
broken
were not made by Naughty Dog.
Big old fart noise for Crash Bandicoot.
Those were not made by Naughty Dog. You can't say that.
Okay, so here's the great thing about The Last of Us 2 trophy list. You ready? To make sure that nothing could be spoiled, there's no, you know how most games have like, trophies for chapter 1, beat this guy, do that. They just have one trophy called complete the story. That's it. They don't want to give anything away. And then the rest of it is like, hey, I'll learn all the upgrades, get all the weapons, get all the collectibles, find all the workbenches, fully upgrade a weapon, unlock every safe. It's basically just all collectible shit. There's and they put the Jack and Daxter egg, and they put fucking Uncharted. What's Uncharted man's name? Nathan Drake's ring in the game as 2 collectibles that you can find.
Why didn't they put Crash Bandicoot in there?
Because he sucks.
No, Crash rules. Didn't they put the whole first Crash Bandicoot game in one of the Uncharted games?
Uncharted 4.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah. I think there's a trophy in Uncharted 4 for getting a high score in that game. Hold on.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if they're going to port the whole game into the fucking video game itself. See, that's what I want to do. Just give me Uncharted 4. I'll just play until you get to the Crash Bandicoot part, and then I'll just play Crash Bandicoot 1 from there.
I swear I think there was a trophy for doing that.
I wonder what it feels like to play.
Oh yeah, beat the best score in the retro video game.
So they can't even call it Crash Bandicoot?
No.
That's fucking hilarious.
Because it's owned by those toys. It's owned by fucking what's it's called?
Embracer.
You did Embracer buy it?
No, it's Activision.
I thought it was Activision. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Spyro's owned by Toys for Bob.
Yeah. Because Crash used to be owned by Universal, and that's why Naughty Dog stopped making those games.
And Toys for Bob is also owned by Activision. So Activision owns Crash and Spyro.
Right.
Crazy.
That's why Crash Bandicoot's in that one Spyro, not Spyro, Skylanders game.
Skylanders, yeah.
And they give him a voice, which is stupid.
I think that, the great Naughty Dog debate. Here's the
debate is that their platformers,
Naughty Dog makes good games.
So goddamn good. They were the best.
No,
again,
they're not even,
especially Crash Bandicoot 2, The Wrath of Cortex. That is one of those
platformers on PlayStation.
No, absolutely they are. Because the thing is Crash Bandicoot 2 is one of those games that I think you put in the pantheon with like Sonic 2 and Sonic CD and like Mario 3 or Mario 64. I think that Crash Bandicoot 2 is just up there with those.
Absolutely not. The best platformer of all time is Super Mario World.
I mean, that is a really fucking good one. And it would be in that pantheon sitting right next to Crash as well.
Crash Bandicoot's not even on the list.
Look.
And Sonic 2 is at like number 10.
Oh, get out of here. Sonic 2 is, I think CD is better, but whatever. I think that
there's a good Sonic game. Sonic 2.
And it would be number 10 in platformers.
Sonic Spinball's fun.
Dude, Spinball's great.
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't know.
Get crazy.
It was just like kind of going back and revisiting Jak and Daxter, where I was just kind of like, oh man, I think this is what I'm missing. I think I'm just missing that 3D platformer from, Naughty Dog. Because again, I think this first game is fucking fantastic. I love that the movement in the game fucking rules, that you can just kind of chain everything, roll into an enemy, jump up, fucking do your spin tech, do a diving fucking headbutt down, whatever, a diving attack, I guess. Like that game, the movement fucking rules. Traversing around the world is super fun because the world is bright and colorful and I don't know, just full of, I wouldn't say like mystery.
I think,
but it's like a fun little world that they, of course, fucking ruin when they go to the second one. But
my history with Jak and Daxter is very simple. Mm-hmm. My friend Kevin from Mega 64, that's like one of his favorite games of all time. In fact, I think he's only got 3 platinums, and 2 of them are Jak and Daxter on the PS3, Jak and Daxter on the PS4, and then I think that Visage game is the other one. But like he's loving this, like, okay, I'll play these because I don't really have any history of playing them as kids. There is a debug mode that was found for Jak and Daxter, so that you can basically debug the game and become infinite, and you can fly. And it just breaks the game. And I have 6 Jak and Daxter platinums, all 3 games on PS3 and all 3 games on PS4. The actual first game I played is fun. And then it would be like, if something's really bothering me and I've jumped 6 times and I can't get to it, I'll put in the code and allow you to fly to get that last like orb I need or something. But I actually played those games and I had fun. And Jak and Daxter 1 is actually a good game. Jak and Daxter 2
it's fucking brilliant.
Jak and Daxter 2 and 3 are fucking terrible. I cheated my way through both of them. Like one of them on PS4, you can get the platinum in Jak and Daxter 2 in like 2 minutes. I never even played it because I've seen nothing but terrible shit. And Jak and Daxter 3 is fucking atrocious. The cheat codes didn't exactly work, and I had to like do this thing to like farm 1,000 specific orbs by doing this same task over and again. But I don't give a fuck about Jak and Daxter 2 and 3 at all. But Jak and Daxter 1 is a fun game.
Yeah, Jak and Daxter 1, and that's my thing, is that I really like the first one. I remember the second one coming out and being the most gut reaction game to GTA 3 that I've ever seen. Like even when I was fucking like 10 when that game came out, and I was just like, oh yeah, this is because everyone liked GTA 3. And it just, I feel like it kind of ruined everything that they went, like everything they strived to achieve in the first game, they lost immediately in the second game.
Out of the 3 main PlayStation character-driven platformers of the PS2 era, which are the Jak and Daxter series, the Ratchet and Clank series, and the Sly Cooper series, I can heartily say that Jak and Daxter is the worst.
Like you think that it is the worst of the 3?
Out of those 3 series, if you had to rank them in order, it is absolutely the number 1 is Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Sly Cooper, and number 3 is Jak and Daxter. There are 4 Jak and Daxter games, and only one of them is good.
No, apparently there are fucking 5.
What's the other one?
I don't know what it was. Oh my god, let me look it up real quick.
There's Jak 2, Jak 3. Oh, are you talking also about Daxter on the PSP?
No, but that is one.
I owned that and I played it on my PSP. It was whatever.
Yeah, I think I actually had that for my PSP too, and I didn't care. Like
Secret Agent Clank is way better.
Oh, for sure. And that's, I mean, probably the only reason why they made that game was because it was like, oh, hey, they did it. Like, why don't we do it too? Doesn't everyone love Daxter? The character that never shuts up.
Never shuts the fuck up.
There was Jak the Lost Frontier. Jak and Daxter the Lost Frontier.
Did that never come out?
Came out in 2009 for the PS2.
I've never heard of this game. What?
Yeah. Or no, PSP? And PS2. Okay, came out on both of them. Yeah, apparently they made another.
Oh, I have seen this cover. Yeah, because this one's not made by Naughty Dog. It's made by High Impact.
Yeah. Because Neil Druckmann did write it, though.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, maybe it was made by Naughty Dog.
I think that they had started it and then canceled it and then passed it to somebody else. Is what happened, because right here, the Lost Frontier was originally planned for the PSP exclusive. Was in the process of being written and developed by Naughty Dog when it was canceled. Evan Wells revealed that They were unable to sustain the game's development alongside Uncharted 1 and made the decision to pass it to High Impact Games. So yeah, it looks like they started work and then you were like,
I will say, if you want to just get a couple platinums, get the either the PS3 trilogy or the PS4 has a digitally it's a trilogy. If physically you'd have to get each one, and they were made by Limited Run, and they're each like $75 to $100, so you're not going to get that. But the first one, I say play it. The trophies are literally all just like basically it's collect everything and like do the mini games, but that's it. The trophies are like get 1 of these, get 5 of these, get 10 of these, whatever. The second and third one, I wouldn't play those. I would use if you really care about trophies, I would use the what's it called? The debug mode to get them. If you don't give a shit about trophies, you're just looking for fun games, I wouldn't even play them. Instead, you know what you should play? Go play The Last of Us Part 1 and 2, which I'm giving a platinum rating. Platinum rating. I'm giving Crash Bandicoot a 1. It gets no trophies from me.
Platinum Crash Bandicoot.
Nope. And
Crash
platinum
Bandicoot
for The Last of Us.
The best game we'll play this year.
Gold for it's not. Gold for Last of Us Part 1, platinum for Last of Us Part 2, because Last of Us Part 2 is the better game.
I give 0 poop achievement.
No, not allowed. I'm blocking your ability to talk. You don't like good games. You only like games if everyone else hates them.
Fair. Accepted. No, I really you know what?
Your opinion is valid. Everyone's opinion is valid. I just think you're a psychopath for saying it out loud.
I can't believe it's like, you know what? You're right. But I can't believe you said that.
I love how we were worried about, like, I don't know if this episode's gonna be good, and it once again just turned into us shouting at each other.
I love it. Hey, but I feel better about this one because, like, I would go to bat for fucking Jack and Daxter and Crash Bandicoot. Jack and Daxter 1 and the 3 Crash Bandicoot games, or 4 that Naughty Dog did. Because Crash Team Racing is great. But the thing is I feel like
it's a pale comparison to Mario Kart. Mario Kart is 1,000,000,000% better. And if you say anything to disagree with that, then I know you're just saying it to make me mad. Because there's no way you can say that Crash Team Racing is better than Mario Kart.
Growing up, I did play Mario Kart on the SNES when I'd go to a friend's house because he had a Super NES and I didn't have one growing up. Because that was the system that everyone else had. So I didn't ever feel like I needed it because I just had so many friends that had one. And I'd play Mario Kart, and it was great. It was a fucking excellent game. But Crash Team Racing was my Mario Kart for so long because I didn't have I got an N64, like, I think close to when the GameCube came out. Like, I didn't really, like, I was really happy with my PS2, or my PS1, my PS2, and my Dreamcast and stuff. So Crash Team Racing was my racing game for so long. But the thing is I won't fight you on it because I haven't played that version of it in so many years that, like, it wouldn't be right for me to say that it is that good, but I do have fond memories of it. I think it is a really solid game, especially because it does like the Diddy Kong racing thing where, like, you have an overworld that you can drive to the maps to, which I feel like every kart racer should be required to have that, because it doesn't matter for, like, gameplay purposes. Only for the part of just, like, having fun to just get a drive around and, you know.
I want to ask you a question. I just want you to tell me an answer. I don't want I just want an answer. No,
yeah.
What is the best kart racing game ever made?
Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed. That is hands down the greatest kart racer. It has the best mechanics, has the best physics, it has the best items. It's built on skill.
I said answer.
Oh no, you get the
best
full
kart game of all time is Mario Kart Double Dash.
That is number 2 for sure.
No, it's number 1. End of story. Double Dash is the best kart game. Double Dash is the best kart game ever made.
Because I have such a hard time with Double Dash and DS. Because Mario Kart DS is
so good.
It's so fucking, like, and the more you think about it, it's just like, you know, they really did hit something with that one. So, but Double Dash I fucking love because it's unique. It is so unique. It's so good. Like, I love that.
Double Dash number 1, DS number 2, 7 number 3, 8 number 4.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd probably put 64 before 8. Honestly. Or even the Wii version. Like the Wii one.
The Wii one was really good.
Yeah, like I might even put that one before 8. I honestly, I'm not super
Superstar Rush on the GBA. That was pretty good too.
The Super Circuit, the remake of
Super Circuit. Yeah, that's what
the remake. Like,
I thought that was fun.
Yeah, it was.
I
solid.
think the only one that really did not age well, and even though it's like everyone's like, oh, it's always the first one you played, but Super Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, like it when I was a kid, that was me and my friends like one of our favorite games to play. But it's definitely the one that's like I can go back and play 64 and have a fun time. I can play all these other ones. That's the only one I go like I don't need to play that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I agree with you, especially because they put out Super Circuit on GBA. It's just the better version of it.
All right. Well, I want to say that we got to rate something. So yeah,
we got to rate
Last of Us Part 2. Jack and Daxter. I'm going to give Jack and Daxter. I think I'm going to give Jack and Daxter a gold.
I would honestly.
It's a good game. It's a great game. It is a very fun platformer. The only annoying part is the fishing mini game.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a little just like it's a little like it's product of its time.
Yeah.
But everything else, it's a very fun game. It's a good time. I'm gonna give it gold for both, and because the trophies are just tied to basically playing the game. And like I said, if you really want to just even put less effort into it, you can use a debug mode that makes you invincible, and you can fly, so you just get everything immediately. So. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give it a gold. What are you gonna give?
Gold, absolutely. Like I'm right there with you. I think that it's a fantastic platform. And look, here's the story. Dark Eco.
It's
Jack
definitely
turns
the
into
best
Weasel,
platformer
that's it.
It's 100% the best platformer that Naughty Dog ever made. And and we're done talking about it. Do you have any calls?
Yeah, we have several this week actually.
Oh yeah, I love that we're getting calls.
So we got a few.
Can I be honest? My favorite part of the episode is the calls because I like talking to the people.
Yeah, it's really fun. Like I'm so glad that we're getting like more and more, each week. Like it's really cool. So keep it up, guys.
It also lets me know that people are actually listening to this and we're not just shouting into the void.
Yeah, right.
Caller, go ahead.
All right, so we got Rory says, I'm glad y'all gave an honest take on Stray. I wasn't sure if I should play it or not after seeing tons of major streamers play it for half an hour with no review or conclusions. Also, I hate emailing, but get those trophies, Ryan. If padding the numbers brings you satisfaction, that's a net win for even if the games suck. And yes, it's funny. So that's padding the numbers is fun, but right now I just don't really give a shit. Maybe later, like I think of it this way. I think I'm just gonna play games, and if there's a game that I love so much and it's like this has to be a milestone, then it's time to pad the numbers. Or if it's like I'm noticing it's like, I'm really close to a number, let's pad the numbers. But like, do I need to wake up and just do it because? Nah. Yeah, and I'll
pad the numbers if I want to pad the numbers.
Exactly.
All right.
Also,
thank you. Was that Rory?
Yeah, thank you, Rory, so much. Also, we got Sarah, our does all our thumbnails, our artist.
Oh yeah.
Says, loved Ryan's Bitter Time. More of that in the future, please. And also, Saints Row 2 is a great fucking game.
No, it's not. And she loved my what?
Your Bitter Time segment.
Oh, bitter about PAX. Excellent.
Yeah. So
we'll have a full report on me at PAX on the next episode. Look forward to that.
Yeah.
Saints Row 2 was barely of it. It's just whatever. It was honestly the most whatever. Saints Row 1 fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, what you got?
All right, now we also got Dustin says, hi all. Kakuna does look amazing. Dr. Ryan, you have you have taken a leave of sanity regarding Phalanx. It is an incredible Pokemon. That's the
It's
Pokemon
not
that
a Pokemon. It is 6 Pokemon in a row. That's not unless they share a hive mind and they all act at the same time and not indicative of each other. Also, the fact that one of them has a higher rank shows that they're not the same Pokemon. You cannot take 6 little Pokemon and say, well, we're all together, they're a Pokemon. Because then what happens if I take one of them away? Is that not a Pokemon anymore?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I would like to see that play out in the anime.
One of the things from the Phalanx and I capture it and I run 800 miles away and I've got it now. Are they all dead? That's the only way it should work.
If one of them dies, do all of them die? Like, do they share like a hive conscience?
It's a stupid Pokemon. It looks cool. I'll give you that.
It's very cute.
I don't like the idea of a bunch of Pokemon together. Like, this is a Pokemon. Fuck that.
No, I'm with you on Phalanx.
Sorry, Dustin. I hope we didn't lose a listener.
I really like the attack animation showing off their different formations, and the fan art for them is adorable. Scyther is also one of the best Pokemon. Yes, bug Pokemon are the best. So
Pokemon suck.
I do like themed episodes, and possibly there wasn't much in the fighting game category. There's just Tekken and Street Fighter and Smash Bros. And everything else is just copy pasta of those styles.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Jak and Daxter are incredible. My brother and I would 100% those games over and over again when we were kids. We played all the Crash, Spyro, Spyro, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank games, and I don't understand why Jak and Daxter wasn't as popular as those other three. Dark Jak was amazing. Love the show, Dustin.
That's exactly why I feel like they tried to make like that's the only one that went. Ratchet and Clank stayed like cartoony, but also had a little bit of like, you know, he's the only one of these last Lombax. These are the first people. Sly Cooper was literally just like, we're gonna go on heist, and then that's the only one that went like, all right, these kids are getting to Hot Topic age. Let's make him fucking dark and edgy, and everyone just went, nah, fuck that.
Well, that's the thing is, I was just to prep for the episode. I was kind of watching interviews and like kind of how they made the game, because I think it's very interesting looking at the plan to go into making the first game, because the first game was all about just outdoing themselves, which was outdo Crash Bandicoot. They worked with all three Sony computer entertainments, you know, Europe, Japan, and America to make the character. They all worked very hard on, you know, surpassing themselves. And they like kind of did, you know, the game was a massive seller, but, you know, never reached Crash Bandicoot numbers. But the second game, when they went into making that one, they started, you know, play testing with groups. So it's like kids that were like 8 to 10, and they were all like, yeah, we like your game. It's very fun, you know? And they were like, okay, but like, do you like how it plays? And they're like, well, I don't really play these kind of games anymore. And they're like, oh, well, what games do you play? And they're like, oh, we play Grand Theft Auto 3. And they're like, these are 8 to 10-year-olds. Like, so we understood at that point, we need to make this game like Grand Theft Auto 3. And then that is where I feel like they abandoned everything that they once knew, which was amazing, tight platformers. Just peak level platformers, and threw them out to just be a clone of something that they were never going to match up to. Like, because again, it's why would you want to play Jak and Daxter fucking 2 to be GTA? Wait. You're just going to go play Grand Theft Auto 3.
Hold on. Shut up.
Uh-huh.
Did Pro Jared just die?
What? Hang on. I'm putting a pause on this episode.
Apparently Pro Jared is dead?
What?
Pro Jared died masturbating.
Don't.
What?
That's not real.
Is this... I'm wondering if this is like Twitter just being assholes. Wait, is Pro Jared actually dead, or is this just everyone posting it in a way to like gaslight people?
That's the fucking tweet.
Keep
Pro Jared
this in the podcast no matter what.
No, we can't do that.
Yes, absolutely, because either he's not dead and this is just whatever, or he is dead and we're breaking news.
Oh, no. Well...
Okay, I don't think Pro Jared is dead. I think it's just... I think people are just trying to get it trending because they don't like him.
I mean, he is kind of a piece of shit.
Okay, but keep this in the episode.
Oh boy!
I don't think it looks like Pro Jared isn't actually dead, and it's just people creating a false narrative.
Oh boy!
Okay,
I don't even
whatever.
know
What were we talking about? Sorry. Email us. ihavemoretrophiesthanyou at gmail.com. Is Pro Jared dead?
Yeah, let us know. Did he die masturbating or not? And you know what? If he is actually dead, this is going to feel bad. Well, no, fuck that guy. He's a piece of shit.
Well, you're never supposed... No, that's terrible. Even you're never supposed to take solace in the demise of another person.
Soliciting fucking minors. Fuck that guy.
There's that's a thing. That's a Jewish thing. It's like you're literally never supposed to... It's like one of those things. It's like when you revel in like the hatred of another, you're hurting yourself. So just like you never wish death, you never do that. So that is one of the few things that like I really do live by. It's just like life's too short. I'm not going to sit here and be like happy that someone got fucking anything bad happening to them.
That's fair. Oh my gosh, we have email.
Yeah, keep going on the emails.
Okay,
I don't think Pro Jared's dead. I'm just gonna put that out there. If you take any of this out, I'm gonna yell at you.
I'm gonna put the
keep all of this in.
I'm gonna put the Final Fantasy IX music under it again.
No. Keep it all in. What's next?
Omar says, "Hey Ryan and Chris, long time caller,
what's up, Omar?
First time listener. Okay, not really.
Yes, I love it. I love that. Thank you, Omar.
But I still have yet to listen to every episode because I haven't played everything that you guys have covered. Hey, I love that's a very cool. I love when people do it as like a book club, you know?
Yeah, me too.
Which sometimes makes it hard to listen to hear your responses to my emails. But usually I'm able to find them if I scrub to the end of the episode. You know what? We should throw it in at like the very beginning or in the middle. Throw people off
just to fuck with Omar.
Yeah, just to fuck. We're gonna fuck with you, Omar. No.
We're not gonna announce it in some episode in the future. In the middle of the episode, we're gonna rename those, and it's be called the "Fuck with Omar" episode. Whatever. Keep going.
What game out of all the games that you have played do you think you are the most skilled at? If it's a multiplayer game, do you just destroy your friends at, or can you hold your own online against people of comparable skill? If it's a single player game, do you feel like you could speedrun it? Cheers, Omar. This is a good question.
I can beat Control in a couple of hours.
Yeah, I would say that you're probably best at Control, aren't you?
I'm really good at Super Mario Brothers 3, baby. Just shit like that. Multiplayer game that I'm the best at, I don't know. Not, like I said, I'm pretty moderately okay with Chun-Li and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike.
Mm-hmm. Like I don't know. I think I'm pretty skilled at like. It's tough to say an MMO because like, yeah, I'm skilled at like 14 and stuff. I mean, I'm skilled at like Pokemon. I definitely think with the trading card game, the online client stuff. Yeah, I absolutely can hold my own. Like,
I could beat you with that.
I will money match you.
No, I'll beat you.
Here's a little secret, right? Yeah. For my streams, I will money match anyone on my streams for Pokemon TCG. You name the format, you name the year I'm playing, I will put down $10 every time. I will
original base set Pokemon.
I will absolutely play that.
Nah, I'll beat the shit out of you.
Like
you were a dumb little baby when that game came out. I was a 8th grader. I'm smart and I knew what to do.
I have more brain than you.
Yeah.
No, yeah. That would probably be the game that I'm the most skilled at, I think. I think video game wise is like, I don't know. Like, I don't think I'm very skilled at video games though. I just kind of, but I don't know. I just kind of enjoy video games. Right now, I'm trying to be good at multiplayer.
I'm so dumb. The answer is Resident Evil 7. I can speed run that game. Yeah, I know that game with the back of my fucking hand.
The game that I do like to speedrun though is I can do the all deaths % pretty quick in Animal Crossing, and then also I can speedrun Phantasy Star Online.
It's so fucking stupid that's a thing.
Yeah, right. Like I can. I'm
gonna speedrun Animal Crossing. Ready, go.
Yeah, it's great. You just have to get a table. You punch in this code, and then you just dupe an item and win.
That's boring. Hey, speaking of old games, I bought some games. Do you want to hear them really quick?
Yeah, what'd you buy? Oh, Ryan's Magical Bag of New and Old. I love it.
Ryan's cool games. I bought. So I got YouTuber's Life 2. I think I already talked about that. I got Wheel of Fortune on PS3. I got Green Lantern: Rise of the Manhunters starring Ryan Reynolds. And then these are the 2 games I'm happy about. I picked up a copy of Mario Party DS and Mario Party Star Rush, the 3DS Mario Party. So the Mario Party collection is coming around pretty good.
You got to get the E-Series one.
Yeah. Well, that's not a video game. That's just a series of cards, and I already have the e-reader.
No, it's a video game. You play the video game with the cards.
No, but what I mean is there's no cartridge. It's literally the cards in the e-reader, and then like the board is like an actual
paper.
It's like a piece of paper. Yeah, it's a fucking weird game. I would pick it up if I found it. Anyway, so yeah, that's I'm skilled in Mario Party. That's a game of skill. Thank you, Omar.
Yeah, thank you. Excellent fucking question. As I said at the end of that, I am deep into multiverses right now. So check me in a couple weeks, and maybe that's my new one.
Anyway, go ahead.
And now we have our final segment of the show.
Is it time to talk with Tylon?
It's time to talk with Tylon. It's Tylon Talk.
Tylon Talk. Take it easy.
All right.
Shoutouts. What's up, Tylon? How are you doing? Here we go. Tylon Talk. Hey, Doc and Chris. Really enjoyed the Finding Game episode of I Have More Trophies Than You. Thinking about how PAX has no taste in panels, I created a pitch for your panel in a language that PAX might find acceptable.
Okay, let's hear it.
Oh, this is genius. This is our panel pitch, written by Tylon.
All right.
Our panel would be called Trophies and Mental Well-Being, How Unlocking Trophies Leads to Inner Happiness.
You know what the worst part is? That could probably work.
Yeah, catch this. PlayStation here's the blurb.
Yeah.
PlayStation trophies can be utilized within therapeutic framework to support client insight, growth, and change. Learn more about this innovative approach to group treatment in this interactive workshop. This workshop will introduce you to the wonders of trophy hunting and how it can help you by exercising your brain and giving you a sense of accomplishment. We'll cover the basics of trophy hunting and how it can find. Oh my God! Sorry, I lost my place. How it can find you peace of mind. Join expert Dr. Ryan Reed and streamer / professional card gamer Blaze TK as they talk about the benefits of unlocking trophies as well as ways to keep a competitive yet healthy state of mind to help you succeed in life. Presented by Dr. Ryan Reed, licensed doctor, streamer, co-host of I Have More Trophies Than You podcast, and Chris Blaze TK, professional tabletop / card game player, streamer, and co-host of I Have More Trophies Than You.
Save this email.
Yeah.
Let's put that in word for word next year. And if it works, I'm going to fucking punch him in the face.
Hey, if it works next year, we go to our panel and completely do something else.
No, we talk about this being a mental well-being thing. The first thing that comes out of my mouth is just like, all right, mental well-being, fuck that shit. Yeah. We're here to talk about video games. And then I blast a real air horn.
It's just a rave. It's a 30-minute rave.
How fast would we get kicked out if I opened up the panel with mental well-being? That's for pussies.
Oh man, I kind of feel like we have to do that now.
Well, not that part. We will get in trouble for that. Yeah. But I'm serious.
Oh yeah, we gotta punch
email.
This. Absolutely.
Put it somewhere. Tylon, remind us of this next year. And let's legitimately 100% put that as our panel description and see if it were word for fucking word.
Because like, what do we have to lose next year? Because especially like, I'll be able to go next year since I'll be fucking 2 hours away. So
maybe we add like whatever the newest 2023 slang is. Like we say it slaps no cap or something.
Yeah.
There'll be something. All right, Tylon, you rule. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it says, as for the discussion of Ryan should keep padding trophies. No, this is Tylon talk. Okay. It says if you should keep padding trophies. As someone who constantly budgets time and money every day, padding is not worth your time nor money. The time spent padding could be put towards a more rewarding gaming experience, and you can also invest that time into other endeavors. Keep up the great work. I'll see you at PAX Tylon. P.S. I have a card game related question. Oh, I'm so into this.
Oh, fuck off.
So one of my roommates works at a game shop.
I could end the episode right now by saying
as an appraiser for Magic the Gathering.
I have
wait. Inspects the rarities and legitimate nature of cards and putting them on the online store. After learning about this, I was wondering if there's a point to buying booster packs since there are other methods now to secure specific individual cards and improve your retrospective deck. Respective deck. Oh my God, I can't read. Yes, I used to do that job. I used to buy Magic cards from players and sell them in stores. No, don't buy booster packs. If you're going to play a card game, do not buy booster packs. Unless you're playing Digimon, buy booster packs for Digimon. Because that game, the booster packs are actually worth you buying because you get 2 rares per pack. And every box, which is 24 packs, you're guaranteed 8 super rares. So that's 1 in every 4 packs. And then you're also guaranteed at least 1 alt art. Or there are 2 secret slots. You can get 1 alt art, 1 secret rare, 2 secret rares, or 2 alt arts. So that's where you buy booster packs. Everywhere else, don't buy boosters.
I can end this episode. I have the power.
You have the power. You didn't stop it.
Well, because we haven't announced what we're talking about next time. I haven't said that yet. Right. Anyway, thank you, Tylon.
Yeah, thank you, Tylon.
If that works next year, that's gonna be hilarious.
It's gonna be so fucking fun.
I'm gonna be so mad. Should we talk about what we're doing next episode?
Yeah, we should.
Next episode, which will come out on September the
2nd.
What day is
No, 9th.
9th?
Yeah.
Well, to me, that sounds like back to school time.
Yeah, that's right after Labor Day, right?
Are you ready for the tenant? Here's my tenantness. Do you remember earlier I mentioned something that might be a little back to school already? We're going back like tenant times. That's right, baby. We doing bully.
We are. I'm fucking
It's time to be what I've meant to be and be the bully of this fucking podcast.
You know what? I'm just excited that we get to talk about a Rockstar game.
A good one.
Yeah, a very fucking good.
They don't make very good sequel.
Like,
yeah, it does actually. But I thought Bully would be fun to do because it's back to school times and that fits in. And I thought it'd be a fun summer. Yeah.
So listen to our next episode, the back to school special, Bully.
Yeah.
And why it needs.
This is a good episode.
Why it needs a second one and how it affects your mental state of being.
Shut up. This is the end of the episode where I talk about wrestling for a second. I don't fucking believe this. They've been. So, like, CM Punk came back and he did this big thing about, like, excuse me, Hangman, you fucking suck. And everyone's got really mad. And then they're like, Mox versus Hangman for the title. And they built it up. And they're like, you know what? Fuck this. We're going to do it instead of the pay-per-view. We're going to do it early. And they came out tonight. And the match was like 4 minutes long. Moxley just comes in and starts beating up Punk's ankle. And then he just quits and loses. And everyone's like, what the fuck?
A series written and illustrated by Echiro Oda.
Shut up. You shut up. You're not allowed to talk. This is wrestling time. So, what was the fucking point of like everyone's going off on like wrestling is crazy? Stop this. No, you're not allowed to do. You're ruining my bit. This is my bit. You need to share. I let you talk about fucking Pokemon for like a million years. I want to talk about wrestling.
Do you think we're going to see the swing back to WWE being the champs again?
Johnny Gargano came out on Monday night and immediately I'm just like, well, shit, I have to start watching wrestling on WWE. Yeah, honestly, here's the thing. Like, WWE's becoming good again because Triple H is bringing out all his homies from NXT and like, it's going to get good. And I really do think that here's the thing. Is it going to make me stop watching AEW? Absolutely fucking not. I'm just going to watch both. My money will still go towards
AEW like what? 2 hours ago.
What'd you say?
Whenever we first connected for the call, you were like, "Man, I'm upset at AEW."
Yeah, that's why. Is because they built this big match of Punk versus Moxley and like built it up and it's like we're gonna do this. It's the thing that everybody wants, and then it was over in 4 minutes. Ugh. And Punk like like tapped out like a little punk. Ha ha. And like everyone's just like, I don't understand. You were building that to be the biggest thing and making this seem like it was gonna be the biggest match of all time, and then it was a nothing match, and I don't understand what's going on. And I'll give Tony Khan the benefit of the doubt, but this is like one of the few times and I'm just going like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And like right now, the time when you need to be going as strong as you can because Triple H is coming for your fucking throats. Now on the other end, they just announced it all out that FTR and Wardlow are going to go against fucking Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns, who are one of the best tag teams of all time. So like, I'm still excited for wrestling and everything's good. It's just a very weird, like, why this is the most WWE like Vince thing you could do of build up this match, tell everyone to tune in, and then make it 2 minutes long and boring. So I don't know.
And it's kind of lame. Like right now.
Yeah, it's super lame. You know what else is lame?
No.
Crash Bandicoot. I have more trophies than you. I got the last word in.
I will say, just like off the record, I think like with AEW and WWE, it's like AEW right now, you guys were doing so fucking hot and everyone was looking at you being like, well, you guys are going to be the great thing because Vince is never going to leave. Vince left. Now the coal has been lit under your feet and you need to show that you can still be the best when the one thing that couldn't happen happened.
100%. Also, I don't think I said the name of the episode correctly, so technically we're still in the episode.
Oh no.
So you would leave this part in. So now it's on the record.
Shit.
What do you think about that? I can say that the actual, because I said, I didn't say it. I have to say the words, I have more trophies than you.
Hey, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you'd like to send us questions, gaming memories, comments, or if you just want to know when the next episode's going to drop, then you can follow us on Twitter at moretrophiespod. That's MoreTrophiesPod. That's More Trophies Pod. Also, you can email us at ihavemoretrophiesthanyou@gmail.com. It's just the name of the show, all one word, at gmail.com. Also, be sure to follow Ryan at Dr._Ryan on Twitter. You can also keep up to date with his Monday night Twitch streams office hours at twitch.tv/Dr._Ryan. That's Dr._RYAN. Dr._Ryan on both Twitch and Twitter. And follow Chris on Twitter at Burezu in Japan. Now, I know what you're thinking. Don't worry, I'm going to spell it out for you right now. That's BUREZUINJAPAN. That's all one word, Burezu in Japan on Twitter. And when they are streaming, you can check them out at twitch.tv/BlazeTK. That's BLAZE, the letter T, the letter K on Twitch. BlazeTK. Thank you again so much, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode.